and welcome to another episode of Don't Feed the Geeks, presented by the Long Island Comic Guys. Got Matt here, Toy Story Matt, and I'm here with TC and JJ.
What's up? What's up?
Welcome, guys.
Right, we're back.
How's it going?
Doing good. Let's get the enthusiasm out there, man.
Yeah,
It's the Long Island Comic Guys.
You put him on the spot, though. He wasn't ready.
You totally did.
I gave you the 5-second countdown.
That was good. You did a good job.
And I stopped at the 2 mark, so it was all silent.
Yeah, we're getting better.
Hello and welcome.
I feel like episode 173, we're going to be pros at this.
Yeah.
Totally pros at this.
Absolutely.
No, but then we'll have a recording.
I was reading something today. They said that if you quit by like this, if you got 7 shows, you're more than 50%. Like you're not gonna move on from there.
I don't care if I wind up on the street alone and penniless. I'm still doing this.
Well, this is our 7th show.
By the way,
So-
that's one more episode away from that. I'm just kidding.
So seeing that this is our 7th show,
Oh, Steph, don't worry, she doesn't listen.
we should be good now.
Yeah, awesome.
I got to make this bigger. Hang on. So we
You also got to
you
get
just
the
put
correct
the
one
episode 7
on
up?
there.
Oh, hey, let's get the right show up on the screen, right?
Yeah.
All right.
That'll be fun.
We're gonna zoom in so some of these old guys here can check
Yeah.
this out.
Sorry.
So this is a bit of a bonus episode this month since there's 5 weeks in
Is
April. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is going to be our third
We're
episode this
dropping an
month.
extra one for April.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Cool deal.
And we got our video working.
So I know last time we said that was the inaugural, video episode, and there we are. Unfortunately, I had the camera's mic on top of the mic, the audio that's being pulled in from this, so we were getting some crazy echo, so it just wasn't usable. So we're trying this again. I've tested this damn thing out, and it working. So welcome. So when you're on looking at this on YouTube, you can see us now looking at this. You are sitting in my dining room, so sorry about that until the studio downstairs in the basement is done. So welcome to my dining room.
Got to clean out all the Legos.
Yeah,
We
downstairs.
got to clean up all the
We've thrown
toys.
out everything Jim had down there, and he doesn't even know it yet. He did that an hour before he got here.
So welcome to my house.
Awesome.
So we want to get right into this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So,
We're coming right off of the Suffolk Comic and Art Expo
yes,
last
we
weekend.
are. We not only attended, but we were vendors, our first time as vendors. Personally, I think I'm going to speak for all of us, but I think it was awesome.
Yeah.
We had a great experience. We moved a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We met a lot of new people. We met some listeners, which was awesome. I think a family friend, coworker came up to me. I think his name was Rob. Thanks for
Right, I remember that
coming by and
guy.
saying hi. Stu, one of the mighty Stu, he came over, talked to us. G-Man's Collectibles, Emperor's Collectibles, they all came by, said hi. They actually bought some books too that they posted and shared and credited to Long Island Comic Guys. So it was good, I mean, we met a lot of the same faces too. Royal, we love those guys. Phil had us in a great area, who runs Suffolk Comic.
I think the area was fantastic.
Yeah,
we had
we were in a
a
great
nice
spot.
flow.
That was a good
of
room.
people.
It was a nice sizable
good.
room.
The room was good.
Yeah.
We got to talk a little bit more with the guys from Tor. You got to meet them, Jim.
Yep.
The guys that we went and dropped off some flyers with. And
Yeah.
we
Had a couple of.
we might have had a shot with them. They were very cool guys.
I think some of them bought some of our books.
one of them bought a ton of my Spider-Man books.
Your and my books.
Yeah.
He bought a good chunk.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, it was
fun.
it was a cool experience to be on the other side.
So
of
that was
this.
your first time really vendoring, right?
Oh, God, yeah.
Because have you done it
Well, yeah, me and Jimbo Slice, we did the CradleCon last year together, which is awesome. And I honestly, if you're into comics and, you have extra stuff and, you can afford to do a booth, even a small one, it's really fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally enjoyed it. If I wouldn't have sold a single thing, I mean, I wouldn't have been as happy financially, but I would have had a great, I just had a great time
day.
in general. I mean, just from a fan's point of view, you get there, you set up early. I had stuff, planned with Scott Williams, the inker and Alex Sinclair, the colorist, basically for everything that Jim Lee does nowadays. So I got an amazing Superman that I posted on our Long Island Comic Guys Instagram account. And then Alex Sinclair. So I had a Bob McLeod. You guys know this, but I'm telling the listeners. Bob McLeod did this awesome Boba Fett for me, which I think I've said in a previous episode. He's like, you sure you want Boba Fett after the first day? I was like, yep, I do. And this is like Thursday of New York Comic Con. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he's like, you still want Boba Fett? And he goes, all right, fine. And then after he did, I was like, oh, this is awesome. He goes, you have friends who get art? I was like, yes. He goes, tell him I'm never doing a Boba Fett again.
I should try and get a Boba Fett.
Let's
see if
I want to see if he's going to stick to his word. But yeah, Alex Sinclair colored it. It looked great. I mean, that was really the only piece of art that I bought. Luckily, I don't think I bought any books at this show directly. Yeah. I may have later on, had my eye on something. Another thing, I mean, I'll just go on this quickly. I got an ASM 15 yesterday from Royal Collectibles. That is now down to 20 books I need for my full Spider-Man run. Amazing Spider-Man run. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool accomplishment.
I might have also put a Marvel Spotlight 32 on the side. But yeah, the show, let's get back to that. I digressed really badly.
So let's talk about the artists that were there. I mean, we had some pretty big names that were there. I mean, huge names. Unfortunately, Ken Lashley did not make it. I was kind of hoping to see him.
Yeah, he's always fun to talk to.
He's a fun dude to talk to. Hopefully, we'll catch him at another show. But we had, we had the Sinclair there. Scott Williams was there.
That's big to have him.
Yeah, Tucci was there. Jay Lipson was there.
Yeah,
John Baroglio was there.
It's fun that we have a pretty good relationship with some of these guys.
Yeah,
where it's like half the art crew is just like, I know this guy. Like, Kreese was there.
Chris was there.
Tom Travers was there. Chris Campano was there. Lula was there. Eddie Avila was there. We said Tom Travers?
Yeah, we did.
Tom Travers was there. Billy, of course, Broglia. I mean, you're pretty good friends with Mike Lilly now. Wasn't he asking about the podcast?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
I mean, like the fact that we'd have people come up to us and be like, oh, hey, I listened to your podcast. Like, that's like an awesome feeling for us.
It's pretty cool.
Like, we had a little big moment. What was it the other day? Was it Friday? Yesterday we hit 100 on our first our bonus episode, which kind of shows up first on iTunes. So that's why that one has the big one. But that's awesome. I mean,
we're now at 102, which is it's fantastic to see that we broke that 100 milestone for us.
I mean, I was like, I told you guys before we started, this is like if we have like 20 to 30 listeners,
I would have been happy with that.
But it's like the fact that where people want to listen to what we're talking about, it's kind of reassuring and makes us want to do a little bit more, at least for me.
So thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening. I mean, it's a big deal for us.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was nice to be able to talk to some of these artists even closer. I felt like Chris Campana. Like I got to talk to him for a little bit. I didn't get to talk to him much in Baltimore. Yeah. But I spent a few minutes chatting with him, and it was such nice to get close and to chat with him because he's a pretty interesting guy, and he's got a lot going on. But his art is fantastic. I mean, watching him draw, I was mesmerized watching him. He was drawing Jeff's book.
Yeah, I think we've dropped Jeff's name every episode.
Yeah.
I realized, which
Jeff picked up an awesome cover.
Yes, he did.
Whose cover was that? Do you remember?
Wasn't that Williams?
No, it wasn't Williams. So
it was a Justice League cover with Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman on it.
Yeah. There was a couple others on it too.
I posted it to the Instagram account, so I did mark it of who did it. Gosh,
but it was nice to get to talk to Chris.
It was Will Conrad.
Will Conrad.
It was the Justice League Volume 3, Issue 16, their B cover.
New 52. Is that Volume 3?
No, Volume 3 is the current run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Volume 2 is New 52.
So it's literally the entire Justice League on there.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's amazing.
And he got a pretty good price on that too.
Yeah, he did. I don't want to talk about other people.
Nope, not at all. But
but to go back to what Campana did, he did an awesome Black Knight.
Yes,
because Jeff knows that I've gotten a lot from Campana, and you got too. But he's like, what's he really specialized in? I was like, if you ask him himself, like Chris Campana's gonna tell you he loves sword and sorcery stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I was like, so he's like, so what about Black Knight? I was like, that's perfect. And that's what he got. It was an awesome Black Knight.
Everybody should check him out. Follow him on Facebook and his Instagram. He's doing some great work. He's got some books coming down the pipe. I think he's got
a little figure that I just did. I can't remember the name of it. He said it's supposed to be shipping soon.
I saw the Unpainted the other day. He posted that.
He did do that.
All up in a row.
I'm also talking to him. I'm trying to get him on.
I'd love to have him on
because he has the book coming out soon. That's based on his son.
Yep.
And I told him, I was like, listen, let me know when you're free. And we're hopefully aiming for end of May for that. But
cool.
That would be. I'm excited for that. He's a cool dude. Before anything, he had some stuff happen to him, but before that, when we met him in Rhode Island that year, I went by and I saw the He-Man stuff like just sticking out on his booth. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I was like, I'm gonna go check this out. And then I started talking to him. I was like, he's like, kind of just like us. Like if he lived by, I feel like we would hang out with him and have like kind of the same conversations we have just on our own when we get together and talk comics and stuff like that. So like I felt like a link right away with Chris, and I just think he's like a cool dude, and he's a straight shooter.
Yep.
And that's the people we kind of gravitate towards.
Yeah, definitely welcome him to our club.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But yeah, we hope to we get him on soon.
And then let's see who else. Again, Tucci was there with Brolia. They're still doing their Kickstarter there.
Lula was there.
Yeah, very nice.
She got to meet Scott Williams. She was very excited about that. She told me.
Yeah, it was a good.
Kreese was there.
Yeah,
of course, just banging out commissions.
Yeah, I don't know how much stuff he did do, but I'm sure it was.
I just always, whenever I walk by, he's drawn.
Bagley was there too, right?
Yeah, he was. He was only there for like half the day, I think.
Yeah,
but he still showed up, which is awesome.
Who was the guy in the corner behind Tucci? It was an older gentleman.
I don't remember.
He was on the corner. He had a huge line.
There was so many people there. I couldn't even keep track. Yeah. Like I didn't get to go through as many times as I want.
It was a really good layout though.
Keith, one of the guys who works with Royal. He's what the heck is his name? He's like the Walking Deadpool on Instagram. But he got this awesome. I think
Stevenson?
It's Keith Williams piece. But he got like a page or something from him. It was I think it was a Batman page, but it had like the rain and everything behind it. I'm gonna find it and tell you exactly who it is, because I hate when I do this and I don't know.
But it was a nice show to pick up some art, especially on Long Island.
It's half artists.
Actually, way out on Long Island.
It's just artists and comics, which is awesome.
Yeah, so it was Stony Brook. That was like, so we're in kind of the beginning of Nassau. All of us, you're in Queens, but
yeah, so it was a hike.
Yeah, it was like an hour. Like we woke up at 5 a.m. I loaded my truck the night before.
Also, because this was our first show, so we weren't really sure how setup was going to go. But I think the booth ended up looking awesome.
Yeah, it did. Check out our Instagram
Jim's
page.
amazing racks held up.
Yeah, they did held up.
While other people's were falling. We won't say.
That's right.
Matt's girlfriend Jill, she did a great job selling at the booth.
She's our new CEO.
Yeah, she was probably the best person that did anything.
She was great. Good.
She was taking the creepiness away from the four dudes.
But yeah, some of the other vendors were there. They were
Royal
cool.
was right across from us.
Right, and they're so friendly, and it was nice to have them come over and kind of not help us, but give us a nice critique of how we had things set up. And a couple of the other vendors came around, and it was kind of cool just to
be welcomed into the community.
Yeah.
I think everybody we had an interaction with, especially in the vendor side, was all positive. Genesis came by.
Yep.
We were talking to them a little bit more. Me and Matt got to meet them that time, so you got to kind of meet them. We exchanged some books and stuff like that. Tor again. We saw Royal, Kyle.
The guys at Tor are hysterical.
Yeah, those guys are.
They're so funny.
Their store, it's like an old school shop too. It's like you walk in there, and that was the same thing I was.
Comics
I was
everywhere.
I was like,
wall to wall.
I love your shop. I was like, it's just so cool. It's like it's kind of like a throwaway to like the '90s or something. Like I feel like I'm walking into like a '90s comic shop, and like that's awesome to me.
See, that's how it was. One of the shops I used to go to before it burned down, unfortunately. But Collector's Kingdom, that was out by Huntington. It was like that, where it was just wall to wall comics. It was I
never got to go there.
It was a great shop. It was such a travesty when it burnt down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dig stores like that. We'll have to go out to Tor.
For sure.
One of these days. But it was nice to be welcomed.
Yeah. So what do
vendors?
you guys think about vendoring versus going to a show just as a guest?
Being such a small show, I mean, we did get to walk around. Also, it's a little different.
I feel like you get the best of both worlds with the vendoring.
You do, and you get to meet the people too and chat with them and learn new things.
And plus, you're there all day, so you have plenty of time to do whatever you need to do.
And it's interesting to hear what people are looking for. I mean, that was the other thing. Like, we had a pretty good selection of books, but we could have brought more. I mean, we should have brought more, but it's just what people were looking for and what they're reading. It was interesting to hear what people were wanting.
It's so interesting. One of them, the series Monstrous. I think it's Image. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah.
So I have like the first 10 issues. Mm-hmm. I saw them at home, like right before the show, and I was like, no one's gonna be looking for this. Sure enough, somebody says, "Do you have Monstrous?" I'm looking for Monstrous.
Yeah,
Like,
crazy. Some
have it at
off the
home.
wall stuff.
Well, it's funny you say that because I feel like anyone who does vendoring normally, like Mike from Royal said this plenty of time. He goes, "You can't bring everything."
Yeah.
He's like, "It's impossible." He goes, "No matter if you bring something to one show, no one's looking for it. The next show, someone's looking.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah.
It's like you can't. It's like you can only bring so much, and do your best, and like you can't worry about everything that everyone.
It's just very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was definitely very different. I mean, when you're an attendee, you're kind of just like casually walking around. I mean, even if you have a plan, like you have a game plan, you want this art, you want that. It's like you're looking for these books, and you do that, and like you can kind of get in and get out, like except for waiting for the art. Depends on how long the person is, but it's like a lot of work beforehand. As like you guys know. I mean, like, I was working for weeks and months, and I mean, like I just want to put that out there. And we did. It wasn't just like getting the comics together. We had ideas of like how to display.
Yeah.
We wanted to come in not looking like this was the first time we've ever done it.
Even though it was.
And it's funny. Some people had come up to us. It's like, oh yeah, I remember seeing you guys at another show, and I just had to laugh. I was like, I don't think you did.
We planned out the booth and everything. Where we could put everything.
I mean, we did. I don't think we've ever mentioned this before, but we got together like a week before, and we literally like did a 10x10 outside.
We drew chalk outside in Jim's driveway.
And we figured out the booth layout. So we had it. We were having a lot of pre-thought, I guess, put into it.
Yeah.
And
we learned a lot from it too. So now we know for next time.
Absolutely.
Next time.
Yeah, but I think it went like very well.
Better than I ever thought it would.
I expected like half a train wreck, but we didn't.
No, I think we were very good the whole time. I think we made sure there was always the right amount of people in the booth at all times.
Yeah, we looked professional.
People who had like the right knowledge on everything were there when they needed to be. Joe was very engaging, and the thing that we were trying to do, like we're there selling books too, but we also want to get more people to find out about the podcast.
Yeah.
And Jill was definitely helpful with that, where she was like, hey, it's like, even if you're not interested in buying anything, we do a podcast. If you're interested in anything geek culture related, these guys talk about that. So it was a great additional venue to kind of do some advertising.
She spoke to a lot of people.
Oh yeah, she was doing a great job. Like we couldn't talk to everyone. It was hard.
And it was great that she stepped into.
She said she was nervous too the night before. She was like, I don't know what to do. What am I gonna say to people?
She was natural.
And I'm like, dude, you were worried about this?
Absolutely. I told Steph, she's like, I would absolutely help you guys if we figure out something for my daughter next time. I was like,
we'll get the ladies involved.
Get her a little Long Island Comic Guys t-shirt.
I was telling her that
we're working on it.
She was like, oh yeah, if you guys have to get the kids together and have them wear the shirts. So
of course.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be premier branding right there.
But yeah, I think we, some of the lessons learned that we learned, doing more, bringing the comics and maybe adding on, maybe doing a podcast from the shows.
Yeah.
Maybe incorporating a little D&D game action in some of these and showing people, how D&D works. Maybe doing a little tutorial.
I feel like there's a lot of people that are very interested in D&D but don't try to play because they're intimidated.
I think they're intimidated.
It's definitely intimidating because I don't feel like without jumping into it on your own without anybody having any other knowledge, I would never want to do that.
No.
Right.
Like if you're 5 people who've never played before and you're going to try and start, I feel like it's
and usually
you need to have at least someone.
Usually people don't bring that type of stuff to a convention. It's either a D&D convention type, like a gaming show,
where there's games going on,
or it's a comic book / pop culture show. It's never really cross over. So if we can bring a little bit of that into it, I think it'd be good to do a little education there. But I think in the future we're going to expand a little bit.
I think that'd be actually, as we're talking about right now, my wheels are kind of spinning. I was like, we should do like a YouTube or something like that.
Yeah.
Like an introduction to D&D. I think that would be great.
That's a good idea.
You can bring that to even more people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's
done. Well, future episode coming soon.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a good show. I think we'll look forward to the next one.
I love vendoring at shows.
It was fun.
Because I don't know if the listeners know, I worked at Best Comics for like 5 years. I've been out of there for about 2 years now, but I used to do all the conventions with them. I did New York Comic Con every year, and it was exhausting, but it ended up being so much fun just doing conventions all the time.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of conventions. But
so much so that I was more used to vendoring than going, when I went to New York Comic Con with you guys as just a guest that year, it was kind of weird for me because I'm so used to being, behind the booth.
Right.
But it's
good times.
I definitely like behind the booth better.
Yeah.
And we can get rid of, some crap.
Yeah. That's
Not
nice.
crap. It's good stuff for
it's
other
good
people.
stuff.
It's just stuff that we
I
don't
told myself I'd be happy if I made $30 and sold one book, but I couldn't believe how fast some stuff was going.
Yeah. It was truly busy. Like it was jam packed till about 3:30.
Yeah.
And then it was funny. And I was talking to Mike about this on Friday, and he was like, "Yeah, I heard a lot of people saying I have to get out of here. We have to cook. We got to get ready for the show at like 3:00." And he's like, I guess it's, it's a big deal. Game of Thrones is coming out.
Right.
I stood awake for it.
It was the it was the big premiere. So like people have like he's like there's like Super Bowl party talks going on like for this premiere. And
I was wiped out, but I still watched Game of
I watched
Thrones.
it too. And I had to watch it late too because my daughter was being a pain, and my wife's like, "We're not watching it until she's done. You better start recording." I was like, "All right."
That's funny.
Yeah, it was funny.
So next show, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so the next show we have set up right now is the Forest Hills High School Comic Con, I think it's called. I'll get we already posted something about it, but that show.
Yeah, it's a one-day show on a Sunday.
One-day show,
right?
May 19th at Forest Hills High School in Queens, 10 to 3. Is
10
that
to
what
3,
it is?
yes.
10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So a small show. We'll probably only bring books to that show.
Yeah.
For the show, we brought some figures and some small statues, and we
You guys moved some Star Wars
we
figures.
moved a decent amount of the Star Wars. What was
the Disney diecast.
The Disney diecast, the Elite series.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if we'll bring any of that stuff. I think we'll just focus on the books for the show.
I agree.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I feel like I liked it so much. Like I'd almost want to do that every weekend.
Yeah. I honestly, I would.
Yeah.
I like to grow more into it. You know,
I know you have a little bit of nervousness.
it's
Well, you just have so much stuff. It's hard to go through.
well that too, but it's you got life too.
Yeah.
I know.
And like one day is not that bad, but if you do a 2 or 3 or 4 day show, even that's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
Well, the thing too that we're lucky with, we have a big group. We could always take turns. Swap
Exactly.
If someone can't go.
True.
Like, we had a good. I feel like we were tagging things, and
yeah, and we're all fine with
formatting
selling each other's stuff, so we wouldn't have a problem with that.
I think I sold the majority of Jim's stuff.
Yeah.
I was like just talking people
At a
up.
discount.
Yeah.
Jill is taking money for everybody. Funny.
We got to go through your pricing model again, Jim.
Yeah, I got to go through all that. It's all good.
It's all right. But no, fun show. Recommended. I think the next time they're doing one is in November.
Yeah. I think it's the first weekend in November. I could be wrong.
I think so. Highly recommend checking it out. We're not going to commit to say whether we're going to be in it yet. We have so much going on. We would definitely like to. So
November's a tough month.
Yeah, we'll definitely let you guys know. If
Right after New York
If not
Comic-Con.
that one, we'll definitely be at the fall one, the spring one again.
Yeah.
But I guess from there we have a special guest coming on right now.
Oh.
All the way from Jim's second floor.
Whoa, is she here? This is my Khaleesi.
Yes,
Come on over.
the Khaleesi of the House of JJ.
The House of JJ. House JJ.
So why don't you put the headsets on there?
Oh, this is official.
That's official.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Left.
Whoa.
All right. So the kids are asleep. Is that correct? Do you want to go by Khaleesi, or do you want us to use your real first name?
Well, it's AKA Khaleesi at Yahoo for all hate mail.
Well, there you go. So yeah, this is JJ's wife, who's sitting in on with us tonight. So welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
We got to get a little some ladies
Yes,
into the show.
we need a
It was-
little femininity on the show.
There you go.
We're just too much. We need someone to balance us out.
Yeah.
There you
Which
go.
is why it was good to have Jill with the show.
And what's nice about with my wife here is she's up on this a lot of this geek culture stuff, so she's with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I chose you. Kind of
You
spoke the
heard that,
same
right?
language.
I did hear that.
It's you.
She chose me. Good stuff.
You had no decision.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever.
So June, our next talking point here was going to be Game of Thrones. Did you watch?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're up to date, right?
I am.
All right, so I guess let's get your view on the first episode so far then. All right, so before we start, spoiler alerts here for anyone who hasn't watched.
I'll put
tomorrow will be
timestamps of where
episode
to
2.
skip to.
But
We are talking
we're
about
gonna
Game of
talk about
Thrones.
Game of Thrones episode 1.
There you go.
Season 8?
Season 8.
Season 8.
All right, cool.
Very satisfied.
Okay.
I felt very satisfied. I was happy that John finally found out.
Yes.
I liked that they had Sam tell him.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I was laying down. I literally sat up and I don't do that often with show, but I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was nice that they had him tell him.
Rather than Bran. That would have
Right,
been weird.
right,
I think.
Because he's a creep.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for an old friend. Yeah, you're darn right. Yeah, I thought it was great. And then she told him, I killed your dad. And then, by the way, I killed your brother, who you kind of liked. And then he got revenge in his own little Sam kind of way.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
It was good. I feel like it was like people were like, "Oh, it was a little slow." I think it needed to be.
It's exposition.
I feel like the rest of the season's probably going to be like ridiculous.
See, I don't think it was slow. It moved. I thought it just moved.
I think it's just people like looking for action right away.
Yeah.
You can't with that, especially in the beginning.
I was happy with the way it started,
And it's going to come quick because there's 7 episodes.
There's 7 episodes, and then every episode is just
is it 7?
7.
I
think it's less than that.
It might be
I
6.
think there's only 5 left. I think there's 6 total episodes.
There is 6. You're right.
6
Wow.
So there's
total.
5 episodes left.
And I think the war starts like
next episode.
Next episode is the war, so
Yeah,
we got
so
5 episodes of war.
Wow.
It's exciting. I mean, this is the only not true, but my wife does watch Game of Thrones, so we watched all of those. So this is the only thing that you'd be able to add anything to. We were completely excited. Like I said, as soon as we packed up from the show, I jumped in the car, ran home, unloaded the car, ate dinner quickly, probably had the hiccups for 2 hours because I didn't breathe well. And we jumped right into it, and then it was awesome.
Yeah. So what do you think John's going to do with this information?
Tough question.
What does he do now?
Does he hold it?
It's hard to say knowing John because I don't think he would want to disrupt anything. So does he say anything to her? I don't know.
She's not going to have any of that.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
It wouldn't really matter because if they get together anyway, she's still in control.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to ruin the show for you guys. I know who sits on the Iron Throne. I saw a picture today. It's Conan. No one saw him coming. It was pretty funny. I saw that.
yeah, that's good. So a little tidbit on this. So you brought up the fact that I didn't know which part of the movie, but George Lucas actually directed part of the episode.
Yeah.
Which part was that?
It was the scene when Daenerys and Jon are kissing by the waterfall, the mountain or whatever, and the dragons are like watching him, and he's looking over her shoulder.
So that was the only part that he
I
directed?
think so. Yeah.
You see the memes for that? It's like I'm not calling you dad.
Yeah.
So did you hear the other speculation? So obviously now everyone knows he's a Targaryen, so he can ride a dragon. So another thing that's speculated. So we've heard so far that Bran could be the Night King. Now I'm hearing that it could be a Targaryen because only Targaryens can ride dragons. So that's another thing that just got thrown out there.
Is that a thing? Or is it just speculation?
I didn't double check on my own, but I think from the history that they put out there, they've only said that. But it's weird because I remember this episode early on where Arya was in the Lannister camp, and she was with is it Tywin Lannister, the father?
Yeah, Tywin.
Yep.
And he was telling her a story about how there was this warrior Targaryen female girl who rode dragons. She got really excited about it. It was I feel like when I was watching that episode, and I don't even know what season it is, I was this is so foreshadowing. She's getting on a dragon. I can see it. If she doesn't get on a dragon, I'll be a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie to you, Arya. Arya. But yeah, it was cool to see her and Sansa together too. I feel like Sansa's really grown.
Yeah.
I was I don't know. What do you think about that, June? I was
As a royal pain in the butt.
yeah, she is being
Snotty.
I think I get where she's coming from, though. Weirdly enough, I mean, she is kind of being a cog in the wheel. It's this girl just came out of nowhere. Everyone, we all know who Daenerys is. We know about her,
But from their perspective.
they this is just another Targaryen. And all
we've
they've
heard
known
stories
about
about.
Targaryens
Yeah.
is the Mad King.
It's nice to see it all tied in, though, because of Sansa's relationship with Jon. They've hated him for so long. And, that was his point when he was hugging Arya. He said, I'm family too. Don't ever forget that.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see everything
Except
play
he's
together.
not.
He is.
Oh, no, he is still.
family,
He
yeah.
is still.
He's their first cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Just like Daenerys is. They're all first cousins.
I think that's the general theme of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Good
They're
stuff.
all either first cousins or siblings.
Yeah, but very excited for the completion of this. I think by next episode we'll probably have 3 episodes.
Yeah. How about that scene with the kid on the wall?
That was
Crazy.
pretty
Oh
intense.
my God.
Did you hear another thing about that?
What?
Did you notice the shape?
Yeah, the circles. It's been in the show a few times.
Yeah.
Did you recognize what that shape is? Kind of looks like the You want to grab the scotch that I brought? Kind of looks like that dragon, doesn't it? That was another thing that alluded to the whole Targaryen thing.
There's supposed to be another dragon. There's 4 dragons on the
Wait,
sword.
there's 4
also.
dragons?
Well, that's part of the speculation. There's alleged in the opening credits. Some people noticed some really interesting things.
People analyze those credits like crazy.
as you should, because I think there's a 4th dragon, and that's where some people got the fact that the Night King was actually a Targaryen, who's now on Viserys or Viserion, whoever, I forget the name of the dragon that died. But that's how he's able to ride that dragon. So that's what you were saying. It's all very fascinating. And the episodes, I believe they get longer. They're like 80 minutes and 90 minutes.
Yes. Yeah. I did see that.
So it's really like 10 episodes. It's great.
That's true, yeah.
That's awesome.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Looking forward to more of it.
Very excited. It was definitely a good start.
They can see you.
They can see you.
June's excited. She's doing well. You're doing very good.
Good stuff.
Better than we did our first time
Yeah.
out.
Oh, man. Remember that?
Yeah.
I remember it. Still having withdrawals.
Withdrawals? No, dear. I don't think you mean to say that. I do not think it means what you think it means.
That's hilarious.
You didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
I know. That's
What?
even better.
Oh, that's even much better.
So much better.
All right.
All right. We don't even know what we're
Moving
talking
along.
about anymore.
Do we want to swap this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Let's do that.
What's happening?
So, June, whenever we have a new guest on the show, we like to get their origin story, comic book origin story.
So if you're familiar with the comic book origin story, it's kind of like how Peter's uncle dies or he gets bit by the radioactive spider. But it doesn't have to be comic book related. Your first experience, it could be anything in the geek culture realm like that first got you into this type of weirdo stuff that we're all into.
Yeah.
So, okay. I was very sick when I was a young kid, and the best way to get over being sick a lot is my mother felt that I could go to the video store and rent videos. But I only watched one video over and over and over again, and it was Return of the Jedi, and I was obsessed with it. Well, that's my opinion. I know other people don't think so, but. And I watched it over and over and over. And I eventually watched the original Star Wars. I know it's my original, so just deal with it, people. And then I saw Empire. But I always went back to Return of the Jedi. And I became obsessed with it. And obsessed with Yoda and his teachings and George Lucas. And I felt like it was a religion. And I got really
all right. You're all right.
passionate about it.
How old were you at this time?
Well, I'm 41. So,
You don't have to indulge any of that information if you don't want.
oh, no, it kind of makes sense because I saw it, because I can't remember if I saw it in 80.
It was
When it came-
83?
Was it close to when it came out?
No, it was like 2 years later.
2 years.
So 86, 85,
Ish,
86.
85, 86 probably.
I think I first saw it maybe 89, 90 myself.
But yeah,
2001.
oh dear. I should not be sitting next there. I don't know. But I memorized everything. Well, everything Yoda said, everything, Alec Guinness said when he was Obi-Wan. I just, everything. And I did all of my book reports, and who do you admire most? People were like, my dad, my mom. I'm like, George Lucas. I gave speeches on George Lucas.
Amazing.
If I ran for like student body, whatever it was, and part of my speech, I always thought it was funny if I could work in something that Yoda had said,
And like make it flow and fit.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for helping me speak. But yeah, that's I did, and I yell at the people I work with. They'll if I tell them to go do something and they say I'll try, and I'm like, there is no try.
I say that to Jim all the time.
Yeah, there's only do or do not. Get out of my office, and they're like, what? Yeah. But I also, and this is sad, if you, we work in an office where you can kind of try to work with other people. And I have requirements, and one of them is you have to see certain movies before you work with me, because I will make nothing but movie references, and if you can't get it, you must leave and never come back.
That's awesome.
So that's kind of my origin story. That's where it started. That's where I became, just totally into it. And in fact, I was the one who insisted that when Jim and I walked into our wedding reception, that it be to the throne room theme song.
Yep.
Oh, that is awesome.
Because that was the only way. And then it went right into the main title. And, you know, the man that was working, the DJ, whoever you want to call him, maitre d', he was like, you're what? And they're talking to Jim like, oh, am I allowed to call you that?
Sure.
Oh. They're talking to Jim like, this is your idea, pal? And he's like, no, it's her idea. Yeah, but...
That is awesome.
Yeah, good times. Good times.
Yeah.
I think me and Steph walked into the Rocky theme song.
Really?
That's admirable, too.
Fabulous.
Admirable? I thought that was Williams.
Admirable.
Oh, admirable. I said, what's admirable? Sorry, it did not sound like admirable to me. I apologize.
Oh, my
I can't
gosh.
speak. So, June, do you like the prequels?
Be honest.
Honest.
Which one do you not despise? Let's just go. I think that's a better question.
Put it in your ranking. How about that?
You know what's rough? I appreciated certain facts. I appreciated learning about the Sith. I appreciated Darth Maul. I appreciated where, you know, Liam Neeson, of course. I appreciated all of that. I had trouble with Padme. I had trouble with young Anakin, and then I had trouble with big Anakin and Padme. I just couldn't conceptualize that, and I feel like it may have shattered the you know, I don't know, the illusion that I had.
Right. The
Because-
invulnerability kind of the movies being perfect.
Correct.
Yeah.
I several times will quote Padme, though, when she says, "This is how democracy dies," with a thunderous applause. I found that was fascinating. Again, to find out how, you know, the Emperor really is Palpatine, that SOB.
He is?
What?
He is?
Spoiler.
Oh, stop.
Jeez.
I kind of agree with your view on it completely. There was so many things that came out that were very good. Like, I think in retrospect, they're like, man, we should have really held on to that Darth Maul guy.
Yeah.
He was awesome. I mean, Qui-Gon, you know, he's just an amazing actor. Even Ewan McGregor, he was a great Obi-Wan.
I still think he's the best part of those
Alec
movies.
McGuinness is a fantastic Obi-Wan. He really kind of gave those movies legitimacy. I think when they came out, hey, you should go see this. You know, Alec McGuinness is a pretty big guy.
You just made him Irish, though.
Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness. Oh, I'm sorry.
McGuinness.
I thought it was. I'm thinking of comics again because Ed McGuinness. I'm sorry.
No, he's rolling over.
He's probably. He's probably.
No, but I see Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan also.
Yeah.
I feel like he did.
No,
he
I
really
feel like
did
he is
such a good job.
Obi-Wan.
I can believe him being the younger version of Alec.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And there were definitely good things. I mean, Anakin, kind of I don't. And I've said this to these guys.
Tess has a special place in his heart for hating
No. I
Christians.
mean, jesting a lot. It's hard for me to see the portrayal of Anakin Skywalker being the same person as Darth Vader. I can't. They don't seem like they're the same person at all. Even when he's all mad, even when he's whinier at the end, where he turns evil and he murders children. Even at that point, I'm I still don't see him being Darth Vader. Even Darth Vader, I can't see Darth Vader mowing down kids. It's just I don't see Darth Vader doing that. You know, he's a bad guy and he's gonna kill all the grown-ups, but I don't know. I didn't get a link between Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker at all.
So that whole blowing up Alderaan thing, kids and all, right?
Well, it really wasn't his decision. Remember that. He was
saying.
pushing. That was Tarkin.
I
Grand
know.
Moff Tarkin.
But he was back there with the strings.
He couldn't. No, the Emperor told him Moff Tarkin was in control.
That was good.
Yeah, if you remember, he kept Leia alive a couple times. He's like, still think we can get information out of her.
Yeah, right. No, but I feel like what you were saying, that totally makes sense, that disconnect between the two. But I feel like that's seen in Rogue One is what linked those. When he was mowing down all those people and all those rebels
but again,
in the hallway.
still adults.
They were
not
adults, they
kids,
weren't
but
kids.
still, we really didn't see Darth Vader in the original trilogy be that evil. I feel like.
Right.
Well, powerful either. I mean, you got to realize because of the technology limitations, I don't know if anyone reads the Darth Vader comic books, which are amazing. The power level that they express that he has other than like that small scene in Rogue One, is never shown.
Yeah, you
Right.
never see that in the movie.
Like in the comic books, Darth Vader is unbelievably powerful. Like the fact that he took down the Emperor, or didn't he? Still to be
That's next.
Still to be seen. Is totally plausible because he was quite powerful.
Yeah.
Like there was that. What was the specific Vader down?
Vader down.
Vader
That?
down.
He basically took on the entire rebellion by himself. I was like, that was one of the best Star Wars comic books I've ever read.
Yeah.
But yeah,
If you guys are fans of Star Wars, not comics, like you should still read the Star Wars.
Absolutely.
At least the Vader stuff.
Yeah.
The Vader stuff is unbelievable.
Even the main series is good.
the main series is very good too. But if you're gonna only read one and say, hey, I'm only reading one, and every single Darth Vader book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
By
mean,
far.
I haven't caught up to the Dark Vision or whatever it's
I
called.
have, yeah.
But the stuff before that, absolutely fantastic.
What I like about the new series is not a lot of dialogue. It's a lot of just pictures. It's just him just,
Yeah. And sometimes
Going to town.
that's so much more.
yeah. Good stuff.
One of the best issues of a comic I ever read, there was a Groot comic, and it said nothing. It was just him and like Rocket. They said nothing. It was just pictures the whole time. But it was just like,
I feel the same about that
I was
Batman
like,
and
I
Robin
got through
book.
it quickly, but I was like, this was really good. Yeah,
The pictures.
and it's just
Yeah.
from the pictures. It was just it's drawn very well. I mean, we're crazy art.
That Batman and Robin book after Damien died. The silent issue.
Yeah.
That too.
Well, there's been a few.
Like very rarely do
Isn't
I.
there a big G.I. Joe book that's a silent issue? That's another big book.
Is that the one with Snake
It's a
Eyes?
Snake
I think.
Eyes
Yep.
silent
Yeah,
issue.
but very rarely do I
heard that.
remember,
I
like-
heard that's a great book too.
Very rarely do I remember like individual issues, but like that's one that I always like.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
I
so
mean, you
vividly.
remember the ones that stick with you. Like I've told you guys before, one of my favorite books I ever read. I think it was like a 2001 where they relaunched Captain America, and he doesn't really say a lot, but it was like he literally starts with him digging people out of like the World Trade Center thing, and it was just like that was just a powerful book, and like I remember that it's like volume 6 issue 1. It was just like amazing. But yeah.
So going back to June here. So besides Star Wars, what other things, movies did you like?
Well, they're not so much comic based, but that's
all right.
Like I
Well,
grew
it
up-
doesn't have to be comic.
Doesn't have to be comic yet.
Yeah, like if it's like sci-fi or whatever.
I could still sit here though.
Sure.
Am I worthy?
It doesn't take much. As you can see.
It's actually your house.
Well, I feel like
Well,
I
actually,
just,
can we still sit here?
it's really, it's honestly anything George Lucas ever touched.
Indiana Jones, yeah.
So, of
Indiana
course-
Jones is definitely in that realm.
Indiana,
American Graffiti.
And then,
Were you a big THX 1138 fan?
yes, that was his first.
Yeah, that was. a
And
great
I
movie.
studied it, and then and then his relationship with Steven Spielberg. So then I kind of like branched out to Steven Spielberg for a little while.
What's your favorite Spielberg movie?
Empire of the Sun.
Great movie.
Well, it's because that's why we're married. Obsessed with that one too.
Jaws. I love Jaws.
Close Encounters.
Yeah, I mean they're
All
all
good stuff.
They're all wonderful. They're all wonderful. And I get mad every year because I feel like John Williams is nominated for an Oscar, and so Steven Spielberg, and then someone's like, "Let's give it to these people over here," and they never get one. I mean, they have some. I'm just saying, but
What was the last time he won? Was it
Williams or Spielberg?
Spielberg?
I don't know.
Don't remember.
Was it the War one?
War of the Worlds.
Damon? No.
World War Z.
No. It was Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, was that the last one?
Might have been.
yeah, because he missed out when there was the horse movie. I mean, I can't remember the name of it. Probably War Horse. I can't remember.
Yes, that's probably. I think that is it.
The horse movie.
The horse war movie, War Horse. I don't know. Yeah, that's cool. So what else, Jen? What have you seen anything recently that you have thoughts on?
Oh, sure. So I saw Captain Marvel.
Okay.
And I have to tell you, it took me by surprise. I was very, very pleased with her character, and I really liked the movie. And I really, really liked the part where she's it's toward the end, but she's in that little, I don't know, virtual reality with Annette Bening. And she's finally like, Annette, gloves are off. I'm taking you out.
Yeah.
And they show the scenes where she kept getting knocked down throughout the movie. And this is the part of the movie where they show her actually physically standing back up after each time she got knocked down.
Through her childhood, you mean, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I feel like there's a lot of I'm going to say it, women of my vintage that can totally appreciate those scenes. And having discussed it with those same women, all of us admitted we cried. I cried in the movie theater, cried talking about it. It's a lot. It was very wonderful for us to see that, and I really kind of connected with Carol.
That's awesome.
It was great, and I even went to a store and purchased Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers herself, and then for a few friends. Goes on sale. So she's in my office, and when her little fists of fury, you could attach the flame.
Oh, nice.
Yep, and the people that I work with know that I'm hostile if the flames are on.
That's a good indicator.
Yeah, they actually look because she's on my desk, and if the flames are lit up and on her hands, they're like, okay, we'll come back later.
That's hilarious. I to your point, I did love that scene. I thought that was awesome. It was funny. One of my coworkers, who's also a female, she mentioned that she liked that instead of like in Wonder Woman, one of her biggest pet peeves is that the reason that she gets back up and pushes forward is because Steve dies in the ship. And it's like she's like looking for like a male inspiration. And this, it was kind of like her own inspiration.
Right.
Like, from her falling down. It wasn't like, oh, like through all the things that she's been in her life, this is what's going to bring her up, not like some guy pushing her towards it.
And that's really wonderful because I grew up with Linda Carter as Wonder Woman, and I grew up with Lindsay Wagner as the Bionic Woman. And I used to come home from school, and on a little TV we had on our table, I would watch Lindsay Wagner do her thing, and then WWF would come on afterwards, which was also fabulous, but that's a whole nother show.
What did you think about her performance in general, though?
I'm not going to lie. I had a little bit of trouble connecting with her. I think the most charming scene, or the moment that I felt any kind of connection to her, was when she was on the bus and she looked at Stan Lee and she gave him a smile.
A great scene, yeah.
But it was as if...
It was very humanizing.
Yeah, but it was as if, they picked me up off the street, put me on a bus, put me in that outfit, I wish. And then I look at this guy. Like, it was and she's an Oscar winner, and I was surprised. It just, I don't know... I don't know if they limited her in any kind of way, or if that's just what she was told to.
And that was kind of the same thing when we were discussing it the last episode, where I was thinking, I was like, I don't know if this is kind of like what her approach was to kind of playing this character, or if this is like how they told her to kind of play it. Because I just felt like it seemed like she was uncomfortable or like robotic with the way that she was portraying the character.
I feel like that's usually a sign of being instructed to do something you're not used to.
Yeah. And like, again, I don't know, but I'm just saying like that was noticeable to me, aside from the running, which we also heard that you noticed that she ran.
That was so awful. I
still haven't. I need to go back and look. I didn't notice it.
Her legs. It was like it was a V. It was reverse V. And if you froze that frame, I would say, oh my God, her legs are broken. Someone broke her legs. Like, because if you put her in a supine position lying down, it would look like someone broke her legs. I don't know how she did that.
That was one of the main times I was giving her the benefit of that, and I was like, maybe it was just the outfit, but I don't know. Maybe she also can.
Well, no, I think it's a testament to her athletic ability, because if the outfit is as tight as it is, how does she get her legs up that high?
Yeah.
That was so weird.
That's very true.
Could be a little CGI going on there too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me.
But overall, so what would you be your rating on a 10 scale?
CGC.
So on a CGC comic book 10 scale.
Which she knows what those are.
Yes, she does.
The CGCS version of it?
No.
CBCS? CBCS. What did I just CGC'd it. I just...
CGC version.
Yeah. Well, they're both the same. They use the same grading notations, but numbers. Either one is fine.
But the one with the 4 initials is tougher, as far as I'm concerned, right?
She knows.
What's the other one? At the PGX?
We don't talk about them.
She knows this.
I'm the PG. Yeah, but see, can I say, why can't you just crack those open and then see, like, get them
because they'll almost always come back lower for the next company.
Right.
People do it all the time.
Yeah.
They crack them and then they get impressed.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I'm just saying.
We can speak up a little bit, guys. It's okay.
I think we're trying to be careful.
We're treading very carefully on this subject.
So in a general sense, certain companies are stricter than others and more highly regarded with their grading standards than others.
So what's happening right now is CGC's the kind of the old school kid on the block. They've been the one the longest into this. PGX was around a little bit longer, right? CBCS is probably the newest one.
So CBCS is headed by the former head grader of CGC. So yeah.
So there's been a lot of like things in the news recently. We're not saying, what we believe one way or the other. PGX has always been, if you go to a comic book convention, those books are always much lower than either.
If you even see them, which you usually don't.
A lot of people don't use them at all anymore. CBCS recently, people have submitted stuff to CGC. That was CBCS. 2 or 3 cases I heard came back with restoration on them that CBCS did not catch. Sometimes one or the other company can grade more harshly. Just from our experience alone, you can regrade the same book to the same company and it can come back lower or higher. And it's just like, I guess it's that specific graders. Like,
you got to remember too that
or,
grading is subjective.
Yeah,
when it comes down to it, like you can say that, this is obviously, this 9.0 is obviously different from a 4.0.
Yes.
But once you get into those like closer like half grades, it becomes very subjective. What's the difference between a 7 and a 7.5?
Right.
And if you get a group of graders who just think it's low on the lower end.
That's why you're taking a very big gamble when it comes to like, if you want to get something signed that's a 9.8, or you want to try and get something cracked that's a 9.6 and pressed, is like, there's always the possibility of it coming back lower.
Right.
So you're kind of taking a gamble for a 9.8, unless, the book's going to be worth significantly more by having someone sign it or whatever you're going to do to it, and you're worth taking that risk for it to be a 9.6, you don't touch those books.
Yeah.
Like once it's graded, you keep it graded.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stressful. How to regrade them. I recently did that with my Werewolf by Night 32. The first Moon Knight, it was CBCS 8.5. And
What was that?
Do you have the runtime up?
No, I don't. We're at 50.
Okay.
okay, yeah. So it was CBCS 8.5. I'd never pressed it, so I sent it to CGC to have them press it themselves and regrade it. And I was so nervous that it would come back either the same or lower, because anything's possible.
Right.
But it ended up coming back 9.0.
Oh,
Very happy, but it doesn't always turn out that way.
nice.
We've been hit
Yeah.
once. It's all right, though.
Yeah.
I've been hit a couple of times.
Everybody's hit at
recently,
some
and
point.
I'm not going to say which way, but I'm probably just going to only stay with one company going forward, honestly.
Would you get a 9.4? What is a 9.4, really?
I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the podcast. I might have once early on.
Yeah, I think you
I hate 9.4s.
Oh, see? That's a
I
weird
would
thing.
rather
It's a weird
have a
number.
9.2.
Or
Obviously,
9.6.
pay the price for the 9.2, but then have a 9.4. Like, I would not go out and buy a graded 9.4 of anything.
It's confusing.
Like, if I got it back, I would keep it, and I probably have maybe 1 or 2, but I just don't like the way the number looks. I don't know why. I don't have a
interesting.
good reason for you. I'd much rather a 9.2, 9.6, and there's a lot of numbers like that, like 8.5.
Yeah,
I also
that's
hate.
why I wanted to regrade my Werewolf,
Yeah,
because I
eights.
hated seeing 8.5 on it.
Like eights in general, I don't like any 8s.
Yeah.
7.5, I don't like. I'm okay with 7s though. Like, I feel like anything
7.5 I don't mind, because it's like a solid 3/4 out of 10.
I don't know. It's just like I just don't like the 0.5 next to the 7. But
fair.
yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I've got a lot of problems. That's one of the least.
so you asked me a question. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
your CGC rating of Captain Marvel.
Yes. Oh man, we really got off topic there. I was like, I didn't even know where we were.
I know this sounds strange, but it felt to me like it was setting the stage for what's to come. And if you look at it like a stage setter, so to speak, like my original Star Wars was 1977, I feel like it would be like an 8 for me, personally, because I did enjoy it. I mean, Jude Law was, Jude Law. But
What about as like a...
Is that a positive or a negative?
Wow.
something happened there at the end with it. I don't know. It was always a positive for years and years and years, and now I don't know what happened.
So
in
I
this
told
movie anyway.
I told Steph, I was bringing that up, and I said that I told her earlier that you were going to be joining us tonight, and I was like, yeah, we could probably talk to you about Captain Marvel, and like, because she said you saw that, right? I was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, so it's like people were giving me crap because I didn't like it. I was like, because I didn't like her specifically. It's not because she's a girl. It's just like I thought she had a poor performance, and I was like, I'll go one even further. It's like I think it was the worst performance I've ever seen by Jude Law in any movie that's ever been in.
Oh yeah.
And she was like, "Oh, Jude Law isn't that? I like him." I was like, "He's not good at that." I was like, "Normally I like him. Like he's awesome as Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock, Watson in Sherlock Holmes.
Watson,
like him in that. Like I've liked him in a lot of things that he's done. It's just I felt like, and I said in our last episode, I'll try not to hark too much on what I previously said. I felt like both him and her, kind of their performance seemed like they were there just to collect a paycheck.
Something held them back. I feel like something held them back. It held him back. The scene when at the end she says, "I don't have to prove anything to you," and she, right, and then he's getting
that was awesome. That was one of the best scenes that she had. Yeah.
But he's getting in his little speeder, and she's letting him live, and he's just looking at her, and I'm like, what's going on here? It was very weird. It was as if he wasn't sure what she was going to do, and his emotions were something was wrong there. But ultimately, she did shoot him across the stage. So it was fabulous. That made it worth it.
So, Ida, that was your number?
Was that too high?
What about as a standalone movie and not a setup?
Okay, so setup. That's probably proper word. I wouldn't see it again. Does that make sense? I would probably, if I got like a DVD or if I could go on YouTube and have, I'm sure someone's already done it, but just that, butt kicking Carol moment, like with Annette Bening.
Yeah, just watch that one scene, right?
And then probably watching her toss him across would be great. But like that's probably it. A little flirking maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it has that high like rewatchability. Like there's movies like, oh man, I got to see that again.
Yeah.
It just wasn't one of them. For me, honestly.
Agreed.
So I think I said 6. What were you? 6, 5?
I said I think it was a 7.
Oh, so I'm way high. That's probably because of the girl.
I think you and I were both at 7 or 7.5.
Yeah, it was 7.75.
Yeah.
Matt and I.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing. Yeah.
So do you guys want to move that down to later and jump into the game segment?
No, we can. It's up to you.
I feel like that might take a while, like just in case something happens with them.
No, I think we're all right.
You sure?
Yeah,
There's a lot of stuff to talk about Star Wars.
it's okay.
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 Let's go. Let's keep going.
Yeah, it's fine. June likes Star Wars.
June likes Star Wars.
I do.
So we're going to talk about Star Wars Celebration.
So I did get when I came home after the Star Wars Celebration, the panel. I did get June to watch that hour-long panel.
The episode 9 panel.
Of the episode 9, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Can I just interrupt? See, there's a problem with having me on because I'm.
That's okay.
Go
Please.
for it.
So he tells me, when you get home, we're going to watch the hour-long panel. I'm like, okay. So I look on and I see that the preview's there for the next movie, and I'm like, I'm just going to watch this, but my speakers don't work.
Oh, no.
So I watch it without sound.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh, all right. She's jumping, she's flipping. All right, all right, looks good. Okay, great. And then I watched it with you, and that whole little laughter thing at the end.
Well, we're getting there.
Oh, my God.
A little different.
So I mean, that's basically what we're going to talk about first. So let's jump into the trailer.
So part of the panel was, they brought up all the actors and actresses that were part of the episode 9.
Which I must say, I don't understand why they do this, because every question that they ask them, they're like, oh, I can't answer that.
That's what was driving June nuts.
J.J. Abrams was like, it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Do you know what is good, though? Did you see the look of fear in his eyes when the other actors were asked questions? And he's like,
Yeah, and he's like,
you don't answer that. Yeah. You could see it.
And you could see how scared they were if something wrong.
Yes.
And then they would put it back on him.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you answer that?
I think this is a question for JJ.
But
So just a quick heads up. So we're going to talk about a few of the points on Star Wars Celebration, but next episode is going to be our complete, like, full blast,
May the Fourth be with
to
you.
Star Wars, May the Fourth be with you episode.
So our first May episode will be Star Wars related. We're gonna bring on a guest. He's one of my good friends I've met a very long time ago, Frank Rich, with Star Wars Autograph News. He's an expert he's an aficionado to Star Wars. So we're going to bring him on. He's going to do a call-in with us. We're going to talk about everything from the celebration to basically everything Star Wars.
Yeah. It'll be good.
It's going to be a good episode, and I'm looking forward to talking to having Frank on.
In case we miss any Star Wars Celebration stuff, don't worry.
Yep.
It'll be caught.
we will be all caught up. We're going to have probably a 2-hour episode.
Maybe longer.
Maybe longer.
So we're going to try and limit our further Star Wars talk this episode to just the celebration stuff.
So the Star Wars Episode 9,
The Rise of Skywalker. What'd you think of that title? When
I was just going to ask
that.
that.
I saw it come up and I was like, oh, that's underwhelming. But then I sat in and thought about it, and I was like, all right, that's.
I think the first initial, I think it was a shock to everybody. I think it threw a lot of people off. Like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
But then once it sunk in, I was like, okay, this makes sense. And I'm now curious to see
Which Skywalker?
That's the question.
That's the question. I mean, when I saw that, I was like,
Or does it even refer to a Skywalker? That's the theory.
It probably should.
Well, did you hear the theory about what it means? The most widely.
No, tell me.
Okay. So the idea is that, remember how in episode 8, that dumb movie,
wow.
Luke was like, it's time for the Jedi to end, all that. They're like, there's no more Jedi, that, this, that, and the other thing. So a lot of people are thinking that the Rise of Skywalker means that, like, that's what Jedi, so to speak, are going to be called from now on, Skywalkers.
Oh, interesting.
Don't like it.
Don't like it though.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because it's been a last name for
I guess I get it to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean,
I'll see how they execute it if that's what they're even doing. But.
I'm slightly hopeful. It seems like they were trying not to give us too much. I'm hoping future trailers just will kind of keep to this.
Mm-hmm. I thought this was a great trailer for not letting anything out.
Yeah, I think it gave you just enough. The biggest thing is the Emperor at the end. He's going to be there in some capacity.
So if you didn't catch the panel, so what happened was, after everybody was spoke, they went right into the trailer, and as soon as the trailer started to end, you heard the laughter of the Emperor, and then everything went dark, and then all of a sudden the lights slowly started coming up, and there you had Ian McDonald standing there.
Ian McDermott, sorry.
Dylan McDermott?
Yeah. McDermott standing on the stage, and it was funny to watch him because he was trying to get his voice prepared for his laughter, and it took him a bit because I think he was trying to not laugh.
Yeah.
Because he got, I think people were confused. It looked like because he got
they were
the
just
claps.
cheering for him like crazy.
Yeah. When I first saw it, I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. I knew he was there signing. I thought maybe he was just gonna, say something and that was it. But when you heard the trailing laughter of the trailer, the trailing laughter of the trailer, and then him showing up, and then he spoke the words in his insidious voice, roll it again, and then they shot it again.
And then later on that day, JJ said, in case it wasn't clear, he's definitely in the movie.
And then the question started happening. Is he going to be a Force ghost? Is he going to be real? Is it how is he going to be in this? And from my understanding, he's going to be in the movie.
The Fourth is a pathway to things some might consider unnatural.
He's going to be Elmo?
He's going to be Elmo.
That's great.
So it's supposed to be him. It's not going to be a ghost.
I totally think he's alive.
Yeah.
Like, remember the whole Darth Plagueis story in episode 3?
It could not even be that. He can be powerful enough to create a force shield around him that landed him on, like, whatever the closest planet was.
I guess.
There you go. I mean,
you could go.
Wasn't there a Robot Chicken episode where he's falling forever? He's falling forever, and then
Jar Jar ends up being, like, the mastermind.
There you go.
Oh my God, that can still happen. Let's say that.
I want to go back. I want to go back to the panel real quick. So some of the people that were on, it was kind of interesting. It was one of the things that was really nice to see was the girl that plays Rose. I mean, she got a standing ovation because
Kelly Marie Tran.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
She took a lot of heat, a lot of social media heat. People hated her.
People were being horrible there.
Like, same thing with the whole Jar Jar back in the day. And even he was on a panel, got a standing ovation.
Yeah.
Got cheers and clappers because I clapped.
Ahmed Best for everybody.
What's that?
Ahmed Best. Is his name.
Yeah. So it was nice to see these two characters, these two actors getting some, recognition again.
Well, same thing for Hayden last year when he first showed up at Star Wars Celebration. We know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of Anakin.
TC, what?
Yeah, in episode 3, but he was like, he walked up on stage and people wouldn't stop screaming for him.
And I think that shows a nice, a strong Star Wars following family.
My problem with that is that they weren't good. Like Rose, she was kind of an annoying part of the movie. I don't think that you need to attack this person on social media and in their life.
My thing, obviously actors have a lot to do with how a performance is received. But I still maintain that they were written very badly.
Right.
Well, I mean, granted, it one way or the other, it's like you don't have to feign like that they were great. Like, you know, people.
Yeah, but I don't think
like,
I don't think any actor could properly deliver the "I hate sand" line. You know.
Listen, I was like, that's one of his few problems.
just as an example, but
yeah, I understand what you're saying, but it's like you can't tell people not that they can't like stuff.
no, of course not.
Like, you know,
Definitely not.
the attacking and, you know, the brutalization and, like, you know, going up to someone's face when they're a human being and, you know, verbally abusing them for something they did in a movie.
With this girl
that's wrong. But, like, the point that we're getting at where you can't hurt anybody's feelings because you didn't like something they did is when you just say, I didn't like that, and someone goes in a corner and cries, that's a problem.
Yeah, but that's not what they're doing. They're like going to this girl and they're saying, you ruined my childhood.
Right.
I hate you for this. You should die.
And that's
death threats.
That's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
that's just ridiculous. But at the same point, I'm just trying to make it's just like, I'm not going to go out and say, like, yeah, she was my favorite part of the movie.
No, she was not great. I don't think she was great in the movie.
I
I didn't see her point. I didn't see the point of her
Exactly.
in the movie. There was no point in her, but being attacked like she was.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah. But it was just nice to see them getting the recognition. That was all I was going to say.
No, yeah, it was great.
The other little surprise that came out on stage was Dio, which is the new droid.
Yeah, that was cute.
So if you last year at the celebration, they brought out BB-8, or it was 2 years ago, they brought out BB-8, and it's a real live working BB-8. This year was Dio, which is a little tiny wheel mouse droid type of deal. And they only made this droid just for celebration.
Like a working one.
A working one.
Is he completely CGI in the movie?
No, he's a puppet.
Yeah, they have like green screen things attached to
Yeah,
him.
so it's a puppet still, but not. It wasn't working like it was.
It was the
for
same thing with BB-8.
Right.
Like they had a guy dressed in green rolling him around.
Right, right. But for them to actually make this
I'd
beautiful
love to watch the version of the movie where you see that.
but to see this actual robot working, it's cool to see that interaction.
I mean, the technology now is amazing. Like, just we're walking around conventions, we see like R2D2s flying past us. It's just like that's
With a remote
awesome.
control.
Now I can't wait to see a Dio in a convention. Like, I want to see that now.
Billy D was there.
Billy D was there. I thought it was fantastic to see him. Oh, what just happened to my screen? Hang on a sec.
All right, so the next episode will be our first video.
My video died. But no, it was nice to see Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
I know, he's been out of it for a while, looking old, but to see him back in the Millennium
He seemed
Falcon,
very happy to be there.
well, wouldn't you? I mean,
He seems really happy to be working.
he hasn't done much.
He talked about loving his paycheck.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was very funny. He did.
He's like, you know how many Colt 45s I bought with this?
He was actually my favorite of the entire panel. He discussed the part where everyone hated Lando when he turned Empire, when he turned, Cloud City, when the whole... But he said, listen, people, you got somebody like Darth Vader. I'm running something like Las Vegas. He comes in, and then he was like, listen, did anybody die? No. And everyone was
That
like,
was
oh,
awesome.
Lando, that was amazing.
That was awesome.
I mean, he's a cool guy. Like, we met him in Rhode Island.
yeah.
I had him do that. Like,
I haven't met him.
He left a voicemail for me. I have to find it. I think I might have lost it.
That's cool.
But, yeah. But
That's right. You had that done.
He's out there. Like, he's
funny. He's gonna be a
he's
terrific
enjoyed
comic.
his life.
We should get him to give a little
Good.
plug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to pay for that, but I totally.
That's
it's
fine.
Well, we should have him do
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So another one, I don't know if you guys, I think I mentioned this to you guys, but a lot of people, I haven't heard too much talk about this, but so remember at the end of the trailer, you see the Death Star in the ocean,
Yes.
and it's like the ruins of it. So that was one of the original plots for Episode 7. I don't know if you guys knew that.
No.
It was supposed to be Rey and Luke. Luke was supposed to be in Episode 7, and they were going to the ruins of the Death Star in an ocean to try and find something, whatever the goal of the movie was.
Okay.
But they ended up scrapping that.
Because of the other director, just
I guess so.
Oh no, it's just the 7.
No, yeah, Episode
This is
7.
Force Awakens. He's
Yeah,
Force Awakens.
it was one of the possible stories that they were going to do, but they ended up scrapping that. So
yes, we're still recording.
I told him the one thing I wanted to make sure happens tonight is that your Beat-a-Geek segment makes it on the air this time. For those of you who have not listened before, June recorded 2 Beat-a-Geeks for our first episode. neither of them made it on the air.
And I did pretty well. I don't think I'll ever do do that well again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she beat Jim twice.
I did. See, and maybe that's why it didn't
And you
work.
know what? If you have any other opinion on that, Jim, you will never know because it wasn't recorded. That's the way we remember it. She won both times.
Yes, she did.
June, did you get a chance to see the Mandalorian trailer yet?
I have not.
So do you know about the Disney Plus streaming service there?
Yeah, when Jim gets excited, he kind of repeats the same thing over and over again, and he was like,
I haven't
"They've got
noticed.
this.
Please tell us.
They've
more.
got this thing. It's like $7.99 or $6.99, whatever it is, and it's every month or a year, whatever it was." And he's like, "And they're gonna have this. Oh, this guy. Oh, this guy. And then Loki. Loki's coming because I have a thing for Loki.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, well, I don't know so much about Tom, but Loki,
Yeah.
just generally. I mean, he's the trickster, fabulous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's as familiar as I am with it.
Well, they are doing this Mandalorian show, and Jon Favreau, correct? Is he directing it?
Writing, directing. I'm
Writing,
pretty sure.
directing.
I think writing. Definitely directing, maybe writing.
He did get some advice from Lucas, right? Because I saw Lucas in some photos with them, so he's working.
I think they all
with them
did,
too.
yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so the only person, what's the guy's name? Oberyn from Game of Thrones. I don't know it off the top of my head. I do know Carl Weathers in it.
Carl Weathers.
Creed
Yep.
from the Rocky series. Jim pointed that out the other day, and I was like, all right, well, now I have to go watch this trailer, and it does look awesome.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal. He's going to be playing the main Mandalorian in the series.
With
correct?
or without his eyes?
He will have them. He must have
Okay.
gotten them back from the mountain.
And his brain and his fate and his cranium and everything else, right?
Yeah. Well, you know.
Also, Gina Carano, who played Angel Dust in Deadpool.
Gina Carano.
Carano.
Yeah, she used to be engaged to Henry Cavill, and I think they broke up twice and then got back together. It was interesting. And then the second time he left her, he got engaged to Haley Colocco, the girl from Big Bang.
Yeah.
And then he dumped her too.
Superman. It's
Been around.
Okay.
Yeah.
But looking forward to Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Like,
it does look awesome, and you could
Favreau's
they don't
really
have
good.
an official trailer
No, it was like
Star
a
Wars
behind the
trailer
scenes
did, right?
spot on the at Celebration.
but then right after that they did a trailer too.
Like it wasn't really a trailer.
it wasn't really a true trailer. I think it was,
After the behind the scenes, did you watch? So maybe I saw an extended one.
Yeah,
I saw one that was like 12 minutes. So they did like
I didn't see a real
little behind the
actual
scenes,
trailer.
and then after that, it looked like they played an actual trailer for the show.
It'll come out at some point officially.
Yeah, but it looks cool. I mean, it's
Yeah.
definitely. Listen, this whole Disney Plus thing, the fact that my daughter can watch every single Disney movie ever made, like the cartoons, is just like we're getting it no matter what. The fact that there's going to be other shows on
The fact
it.
there's going to be Star Wars and Avengers on it.
It's
It's
on the
just
kids.
added
So we
bonus.
have what we saw. The Clone Wars is going to be continuing on this.
Clone Wars season 7.
Which, if you guys haven't checked out, amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing.
I mean, even just the Clone Wars was just a fantastic series, and Rebels was fine. It was good. I liked the Rebels.
I watched that one. I didn't watch the clones. I thought it was okay.
You would really like Clone Wars, I think.
Yeah, I know. You keep telling me that. I'm still probably not
would.
going to watch it.
That and
Listen, I
what's the
only
other
have
thing
so
you
much
won't
time
watch?
for
Spider
cartoon
Verse.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, again. Forget to.
Okay.
Also, the Cassian Andor series, untitled so far. The guy who dies in Rogue One.
That's right.
Most importantly, the robot.
Yes.
Played by Alan Tudyk.
Alan
I'm
Tudyk.
hoping it really
K2.
focuses on him because I didn't care for Cassian.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about the robot.
Yeah,
where
me
his
too. Absolutely.
started out at.
Yeah.
And an Obi-Wan miniseries, you said?
I think that's just rumored right now.
It's a rumor right
but
now.
a movie has been rumored for years. So,
maybe
I don't
so
know.
it could be one or the others.
It could be a movie or
They
or
might have been.
miniseries.
They might be scrapping the movie in favor of a TV show, which would be cool.
It was supposed to be 6 episodes. Is what I heard.
No
That'd be
word
awesome.
on whether Ewan McGregor would.
If it's not Ewan McGregor, I will not be viewing it.
I respect that. So in addition to that, since we're on the Disney Plus area, so it's launching, to be specific, on November 12th.
Yep.
We just checked that. It will be either $6.99 a month or $69.99 a year.
A year.
And Mandalorian will be available that day.
That day, yes, along with a plethora of other things.
Yep.
I mean,
so anything from Disney to Pixar to
Star Wars, Marvel.
Marvel, National Geographic.
So another thing that Jim mentioned to us before was that anything that's kind of considered adult. So part of the Fox buyout, they acquired Hulu.
Yep.
So anything that's viewed as like very adult, kind of like upper.
They didn't
levels of
acquire Hulu. They own
Majority stake.
majority stake in Hulu.
Well, they got the majority stake of Hulu from this Fox deal. And so anything like really adult will be going to that. They said, for example, Deadpool will only be available on the Hulu. I'm guessing anything else that's like kind of pushes the limits of PG-13.
Yeah, what they say is the Disney
Interesting that
Disney theme PG-13.
It's interesting that Simpsons is on.
Well, I'm pretty sure
Disney Plus.
Simpsons is TV PG or TV.
It can be a little.
Well,
What's the word?
That's still
You know
TV
what I mean?
though, but it's on
Yeah,
TV.
I know
so
it's- yeah.
you're going to see it on TV. It's going to be on the.
if it gets past those censors, I think it's probably because I don't think it's saying that it's not PG-13 that won't be on it. I think it's like truly adult themes that aren't going to be available there.
Which is fair, I think.
Yeah,
especially
agreed.
if kids are going to be all over it.
I mean, some of the stuff they're saying, aside from The Mandalorian and the Star Wars titles we said, and they've already announced these, Winter Soldier and Falcon is going to be a show.
Awesome.
Loki, June.
Fabulous.
So there's a lot of speculation on who's going to appear. I've heard Lady Sif, same actress, is supposed to be doing that. Isn't she doing a different show right now, though? One where she has like tattoos all over the place on NBC. I don't know the name of it. I'm sure. She's like working with the FBI.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
don't
Is that
remember.
still on?
It's still on.
If it's not, then she's
The
definitely
Blind
gonna be
Spot.
on.
I think
Yes,
it's called.
I think
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I think it's still on.
Yeah.
Well, ever since that guy broke up with her, the one that was married to Jenny Garth, that thinks he's all that because he was in Twilight.
Yes, you tell
I
him.
hate that guy. I hate that
I hate
guy.
him too. I didn't even know what we were talking about. I hate
No
him.
idea.
That guy. You know who it is.
I don't.
Okay.
I hate him. Yeah, but there's speculation that she's going to be in the Loki series also. I'm very excited about this. They keep saying that we're going to see Beta Ray Bill. Anyone who doesn't know Beta Ray Bill, he showed up in Thor. He kind of looks like a horse. He eventually, I think the hammer that Thor's currently using in Avengers Endgame or Infinity Wars is it called Stormbreaker?
Yep.
That's the hammer that
he gets.
Beta Ray Bill uses.
Someone asked us that question at the show, didn't they? Like, what was the name of that hammer?
They were asking us a different question. It was like, who is the other Thor?
Oh, who else besides Thor could wield Mjolnir, right?
It was another question. It doesn't matter. But
Unless he listens to us.
Wait,
well,
were
no,
they,
the
were
question doesn't matter because we can't remember what it is.
they asking to be like actually inquisitive, or were they trying to stump
they were
you?
like they were kind of asking everyone. They're like, oh, what's the name of like?
No, the guy
this
couldn't
guy's
remember.
hammer? Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
they literally because it was another guy, it was like another blonde-haired guy who like I think that was the question, but whatever.
Yeah, really.
So the other shows are Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Yep.
So by the way, all the shows we're mentioning are gonna have the same actors from the films.
Yep.
So Winter Soldier and Falcon is Anthony Mackie and what's the guy who plays Winter Soldier?
Sebastian Stan.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
My headphones just went out.
I didn't touch you. No, I hear you.
I can still hear you.
Are you still recording?
Oh, we're still recording.
Whatever.
Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan is going to be playing
I love those two
Winter
together.
Soldier. I think that's going to be a fun show. I'm definitely going to watch that one. Then the What If series is going to be animated, correct? Is that
The What If is going to be animated.
Okay.
Yep.
And then another one that's for sure is Hawkeye.
Yep.
And that's supposed to be kind of centered around Kate Bishop, I'm hearing.
Oh.
So the books have shot up, so that must be what the case is.
Interesting.
There's strong speculation that he's going to be kind of training like a new person to take over for him. And then the other one that I heard of is, again, this is speculation. I don't think there's been an announcement, but She-Hulk. Mark Ruffalo is going to be like kind of it's going to be kind of She-Hulk is going to be the main focus with Mark Ruffalo kind of showing up every once in a while.
I'm excited for that one too.
Yeah, but I think so far, and the big thing is to remember is that each one of these shows has about $100 million budget from what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Insane.
So these are going to be like movie quality. This isn't like, like a TV show on like CW. These are going to have like $100 million budgets. These are going to be like movie level TV shows you're watching, like Game
crazy.
of Thrones level stuff
Yep.
each week. That, and have they?
Are they going to be released weekly
That's
or
a good
bulk?
question. I just thought,
They said weekly, like
Okay.
like the Mandalorian. It's going to be weekly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, so it won't be all on the first
so
day.
kind of following
No,
the DC.
I think it's going to follow the DC model.
Because I kind of like that.
So do I. So it catches you up.
Yeah, because then it's like you feel so overwhelmed and you're pressured.
You have to watch the whole thing right then.
Because then you can't talk to your friends about it. If you haven't watched all 13 episodes.
That's part of what
the
I
show
don't-
that came out yesterday.
That's what I kind of like about Game of Thrones now. Like, I miss, talking about this week's episode. about a show.
Oh,
know?
yeah, like at
whereas,
work-
did you watch all Stranger Things yet? Okay, no, so we can't talk about it.
I can't go to work on Monday if I don't watch Game of
Yeah.
Thrones on Sunday. They're like, you can't have lunch with us if you haven't
it's
watched
so
it. We're
true.
going to talk about this the whole time.
Agreed.
So true.
Are you back on there?
No, it didn't.
Interesting.
It's
You're lit up there. Unplug and plug it back in. We're having.
yeah, it's that.
It's that?
Yeah, I hear it now. Sorry.
Okay. Woo,
Sorry
we're
about
back.
that, guys.
So yeah, we're very excited about Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Huge.
it's awesome. I really can't put it into words.
It's going to double in price after a year.
Oh, 100%. I mean, this is, and I'm going to use the same reference I used earlier when I told these guys. It's literally they're drug dealers. They're giving you a free sample, and then next year they're going to double the price on you and just be like, just keep taking my money. I'm
And you know,
addicted.
it's funny because now people are getting away from cable companies because it's so expensive,
Yep.
and moving to these other streaming platforms.
Yeah, but at some point you're going to be paying just as much as cable with all 7 streaming
absolutely.
services.
Well,
that
the
you
worst
have.
part is I'm still buying cable and I have 5 streaming services.
Yeah.
And the really bad thing is because the cable companies get you because it's like, okay, well, you don't want cable, you don't want phone. Well, if you just get internet's $120.
Yep.
It's the same thing.
So it's like, well, I guess I'll just keep cable then.
Yeah. It's BS.
Oh, interesting. You good?
Nope.
Oh.
Can't hear anything again.
Well, we'll have to get you a new cable there. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Do you want mine?
No,
mine.
No,
I
you're fine.
hear it again. I think it was just bent. It looks like it's warped there or something.
Yeah,
Behind the scenes with
There
the
you
Long
go.
Island Comic Cast.
there you go.
All right, so
All right,
that's Disney Plus.
So that's that.
Should we go into our game show?
Let's go into our
I'm
game
excited
show
for this.
because and we're still on. We're still live. We're still
Yeah,
recording.
We're recording. This is going to make it into
We're
an
at
episode.
1 hour and 18 minutes right now. So just so you're aware, but we are good to go.
I'm so nervous about this.
So we're gonna do our Beat-a-Geek tonight. Obviously, is Miss June
Soundboard.
Miss Soundboard. Yep. Miss June / Khaleesi. Yes.
Excellent.
There we
That
go.
was your best. That was your best introduction.
Thanks. There you go. I'm gonna keep it like that.
Khaleesi versus Toy Story.
There you go. That's what I was going to say.
Beat-a-Geek.
Beat-a-Geek. So what we're doing is we're going to do some sound bits here of some movies. Let's see if you get these.
No, I'm
So
nervous.
hold on.
How's
Let's
it
give her a little bit of
How's it work?
behind the scenes.
I didn't know.
You assume she listens to these episodes.
I've actually
Not that many
never.
people
I've
do.
actually. You know what's? I've never heard like one fully. I just because I hear them here in bits and pieces. So, but this is great. I've
So
never actually.
what's going to happen is you're going to get to go first because you're our guest.
Thank you.
And so if you
And I'm older.
guess
Let's get that
the no, Matt looks like he's 12. But he's really 9. So if you get it wrong, Matt has the chance to answer the question. And then if you both get it wrong, then one of us can say the answer if I know. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm nervous. I didn't know like 90%.
So how many do you want to do first to 5? Do you want to do it that
Yeah, because I
Because you probably have about like 25.
no,
again.
I didn't. I got 24.
All right.
Okay.
Let's hopefully get to 5 quicker than
Let's
the
just
last
make sure
time.
that we can hear this.
It's not rocket science. Just say yes and we'll move on.
All right, there we go. It's working fine. All right, cool.
All right, I got the.
All right, so June's up here first. So here we go. Here's number 1.
We are. What about that time I found you naked with that bowl of Jello?
Let's play that one more time.
We are. What about that time I found you naked with that bowl of Jello?
Wait. Wait. It can't be.
What?
I was gonna say Real Genius.
Ding ding.
Nice.
Ding ding.
Did not know that.
Your mother puts license plates in your underwear. How do you sit? It is a wonderful movie.
It is a wonderful.
Have you seen it?
No.
What? That's a great movie.
So his name is Toy Story because he was born in 1995.
No, you gotta watch that.
I will.
Real Genius.
Val
All right,
Kilmer.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
One of like Val Kilmer's like 5 or 6 good movies.
Laszlo Hollifeld is like the story of my life. How do you not even?
And that's a geek movie. It's
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
That's very acceptable.
I have an ongoing list from you guys of what to watch.
Good so far, Jim.
Hollifeld.
so far so good. Okay,
Let's just wait. Now Matt goes. Yeah.
Matt's going here.
Ready to embarrass myself.
Wow.
Be nice to me.
But as for the rest, it's nothing but a sick fantasy.
Here we go.
But as for the rest, it's nothing but a sick fantasy.
No idea.
Wow.
One more time.
But as for the rest, it's nothing but a sick fantasy.
It's to you, June.
I got nothing.
But as for the rest, it's nothing but a sick fantasy.
I don't know.
I'm going to give this one to Tess. Come on, Tess.
All right, play one more time.
But as for the rest, it's nothing but a sick fantasy.
I don't know.
Well, it was Superman, the movie.
But as for the rest, it's nothing but a sick fantasy.
He's going so fast. I can't. I didn't recognize it was him.
Damn.
If you would have
But
played
as
a
for the
little
rest,
bit.
it's nothing but a sick fantasy.
I know now.
That's full speed.
It's when he's talking to Luther in the in the underground. Now
Yep.
I know.
I remember
Yep.
that now, too.
So far, so good?
Miss Tessmacher?
Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was good.
Miss Tessmacher when they're in the pool? That scene?
Yeah.
Great scene.
I'm just checking.
Miss Tessmacher.
Miss Tessmacher?
Miss Tessmacher was beautiful. I think she was underrated. I was like, when I watched that movie again as like a grown up person, I was like, she was pretty. She was very pretty.
Actually, you know my favorite thing is when Ed Rooney and Ferris Bueller and Ed Rooney screaming at Grace. Like, I really love it when they're like, Miss Tessmacher or Grace. Like, I really love it when they just... Oh, sorry.
Right, who's this for?
He's a total creepball, by the way.
She
Ed Rooney?
she didn't get it.
So me.
So it's back to you?
No, in real life. Like,
Oh, really?
videos. Yeah.
Oh.
So June again. Oh, no, she didn't get. So it's back to Toy Story, sorry.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
No, I want the Villa Scalapini. I want a Fettuccine Alfredo. A bottle of fettuccine in 1981.
No, not you.
He's already said last episode he's never seen it.
No idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I knew he wasn't going to get it. June
Fudge.
knows it.
It's all right. Give it to June.
No, I
don't even need-
Villa Scalapini.
It's mouth.
I want a Fettuccine Alfredo.
From the Goonies.
A bottle of fettuccine in 1981.
Great scene.
It's a great
Corey
scene.
Feldman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry there, Matt.
No, it's all right. I should have seen that.
See, you got to add that to your list. You got to see
know.
the Goonies.
Wait, how did you not see it? Bullet holes. Bullet holes. Like, you got to know these things. We live in New York, man.
She's right.
I know.
I'm so glad June's on this
Is
episode.
it Toy Story again?
He missed it. She got it.
Yeah, so it's him
So
again.
it's you again.
This is- just gonna
You're losing
walk over
2-0 by now.
I'm well aware.
I probably should have
jeez.
done this instead of
Oh
you.
my God. Here we go. I'm going to try this one.
What can I say? I'm a blast from the past.
I know this one too. He definitely doesn't know.
What can I say? I'm a blast from the past.
Should have stayed there.
Nope.
Hold it. June?
No. No, I am so sorry.
It would have actually been harder if you didn't add the second part. It was Demolition Man.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, man. So she didn't get it. It's back to him again.
Yes.
I hate this.
I don't even. Here we go. Let's try this one.
Maybe something in like 1987.
Here we go.
Babies don't sleep this well.
That's just...
Babies don't sleep this well.
That's creepy.
This is actually considered I was a little shocked that this was considered a geek/nerd movie.
Babies don't sleep this well.
I've seen this movie a few times, and I would never peg this one to be
I think I know what it is, but
June.
Babies don't sleep this well.
No, I don't even want
it's an
to...
American History X.
Nope,
It's Edward Norton.
it is.
Babies don't sleep this well.
Links put Max in space. Links must get Max back. That's what it sounds like
that's
to me,
funny.
But that's not it. Space Camp.
I've never seen that one.
That would be Fight Club.
Tyler Durden? That
one-
Fight Club?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to speak about Fight Club.
Well,
First of all, Fight Club.
but
I think that's a good ad for this segment. The Demolition Man was a gray area.
Demolition Man was. You think so?
It was gray area, but this one I think
Interesting. Okay. So who's back? Who is?
Me again.
Oh my God, Matt. Here, I'm going to give you.
Disclaimer: I have seen a lot of old movies,
Okay.
but
No, here we go. Here we go.
Old movies.
Who is but the form following the function of what, and what I am is a man in a mask.
Dude, if you don't know this song, I'm gonna have to.
I'm going to hit you with my iPad here.
Play it again. Just listen to
Who
the
is but
voice.
the form following the function of what, and what I am is a man in a mask.
I only downloaded this one because of you.
You're gonna get one more time, and then it's going to June. Play it one more time.
I don't know it. I don't know it.
it's on the tip.
Who is but the form following the function of what, and what I am is a man in a mask.
You're embarrassing Long Island comic guys. Don't feed the geeks. June, do you know the answer?
I'm shocked.
It's V for Vendetta.
There you go.
Only seen it once.
Haven't you read the comic books?
Natalie Portman shaves her hair. Yeah.
And it's one of the classic signs of the movie.
All right, Matt, it's you again.
Oh, Matt.
I've only seen it once.
Do you want to get maybe one movie here?
Matt.
Have you seen a movie before?
I'm not doing much better, so.
I'm trying. Here, let's try. Matt, here we go, Matt.
I would like, if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
He has no idea what this is.
Nope, you don't need that one either.
I don't either.
I don't know this one.
It's the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Never seen.
Tim.
All right, back to Matt again.
Fred, Dr. Scott.
Matt, here you go, Matt.
Oh, your helmet is so big.
June knows this one for sure.
Oh, your helmet is so big.
All right, June's going to win this in a straight sweep.
When are we now? When is now? When is then? Right? Spaceballs. Yep. When is now going to be then?
That's 3-0.
Wait, you didn't see Spaceballs?
I have. I don't like it.
Okay, but at least you saw it.
Oh, Matt, here,
Made me
here,
really
Matt,
nervous.
here, Matt.
Pizza the Hut got locked in his limousine and ate himself to death.
Matt.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll see you later, huh? I'll give you a call.
Oh, God, he doesn't know this one either. I can already tell from his face. You're not going to get a single one right. We have to do another one where I play June.
Okay, so I'll see you later, huh? I'll give you a call.
All right, June. What's the answer?
That's the original Ghostbusters.
There you go.
That's
That was Lewis talking to Dana in the hallway.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Jesus.
Well, you're a loser. You like kissed.
Does it always smell like this? How does the wind ever get in here?
No, he doesn't know it either. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Can you at least make an educated guess?
I could tell it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Does it always smell like this? How does the wind ever get in here?
Just take a guess.
Dude, I don't know.
How many comic book movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger in?
Is it a comic book? These haven't been comics.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Conan.
I don't know which one it is.
Oh!
Wow.
Give him that one. Just give it to him. Give it to him.
So you don't get straight swept.
Oh, my God.
All right, June, it's finally you to go first.
Here.
So next time we have to do this in order of easiest to hardest, and apparently if Matt's doing it, you have to literally make it a movie we just saw.
Jesus Christmas. Here. June.
By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warvan, you shall be avenged.
Is that Alan Rickman?
I was just about to say.
It is Alan Rickman. What movie is that? Do you know it?
I do.
Play it again.
By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warvan, you shall be avenged.
I don't know. He's in my favorite Christmas movie. I'm so sorry. I don't know which one that is.
Matt.
Oh, you should have said it. It was Love Actually. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. I meant Die Hard, but yeah.
I don't think.
Oh,
I don't
better.
I don't think that's
Christmas
Die Hard.
movie.
Matt.
No, I don't. No.
It's Galaxy's Quest.
I never saw it.
Never saw.
Okay.
I do love my
It's a
Alan
good
Rickman,
movie.
though. I loved.
Here we go. June.
I'm in a difficult situation here. I mean, after all, you're nerds. I'm in a difficult situation here. I mean, after all, you're nerds.
I don't know. Not nerds.
What?
Nerds.
What?
Lambda nerds. Booger nerds.
Yep.
There you go.
That's it.
I'll give her
5. The name of the movie?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, is it Revenge of the Nerds? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's close enough. Matt wouldn't have got it anyway.
Yeah, definitely not.
Well, June wins that, right?
Yeah, so June, she didn't win. I think annihilation is probably the correct word.
Here, Matt.
See this? This is my boomstick.
Please. June?
No.
Yeah.
This is my boomstick. Play it one more time.
See this? This is my boomstick.
It's not Stripes, is it?
No.
Stripes.
That's a little Bruce Campbell there.
Oh, I've never liked those.
Oh,
Tom Polari would have got those.
Army of Darkness.
Yeah. Let's play a couple more.
I heard that you were feeling ill.
Ferris Bueller.
Headache, fever, and a chill. I came to
This is
help
a porn star.
I would've
restore
got it.
your pluck.
I know you
Because
would've.
I'm the nurse who likes to...
I think there was an assumption of what she was going to say next.
You think so? How about this one?
Shall we play a game?
War games.
There you go.
I would have gotten that, actually.
Would you?
Yeah, I love war games.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
What's the Roddy Piper movie? That's what it is.
That's Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper?
I know who he is.
I don't know what the name of the movie was.
They Live?
I never seen it. I know that line. That's
It's actually a pretty good movie. I liked it. Here, just a couple more here.
Number 5
Short Circuit.
is alive.
He got that. That was a Short Circuit.
I knew it wasn't 2. There was a Short Circuit 2, but like,
Here you go. Let's see.
Did I make it clear that your job is at stake? Did I make it clear that your job is at stake?
Matt, you look a little disappointed.
I think the problem is these are all 80s movies, and he's never seen anything in the 80s.
I've seen plenty, just not as much as people who grew up in the 80s.
How about you? If it gives you a hint, you vested my Spaniard. Do you have 6 fingers on your left hand by any chance?
Hold on.
As you wish.
Oh my God! If you don't get it with "As You Wish," you're not gonna get it.
Good night,
Inconceivable.
Wesley. I'll most likely kill you in the morning.
Inconceivable. Little Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Didn't see it. I'm sorry.
The hell is Gracie Law doing here?
She can't get enough of me.
Huh. He wishes.
What's that?
Oh, that was another good one.
The hell is Gracie Law doing here?
She can't get enough of me.
Huh. He wishes.
Oh, I know what it is. Go ahead. You guys want to get a chance?
I know.
That's going to be the last one.
Big Trouble in Little China.
There you go. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, Green Eyes.
All right. Well, that was kind of a success.
It was for me. 'Cause I feel good.
Ah, damn. We didn't record any of that. No, just kidding.
Seriously?
Now they can see my eyes when you say that kind of stuff.
Right? I'm sorry, Matt. I hope you're not upset.
No, I knew I did horribly. It's okay.
I honestly did try to get easy ones.
No, it is harder when they're older movies.
Okay. You got to catch up.
Dude,
We're gonna do a.
I've seen much more than most people my age.
You know what we should do is
That's true.
Are you sure?
Very.
We should do a Long Island Comic Guys movie night where we'll be. You know, you ever see those Mystery Science 3000?
Well, we've been talking about doing that. For
I know, but okay, so let's just do it and just watch the. Can we do that? Are we allowed to show the movie while we're all critiquing it?
Oh, you want to critique it while we watch? That's interesting.
Yeah.
We'll have to get a Twitch set up for that.
Let's see.
June, find out the legality of it.
The legality.
You bet.
There you go. All right, so let's move on here.
Maybe add a please in there, Matt.
So, what should we talk about now? Current stuff?
Yep, we're coming down to the wire here.
So, Avengers comes out as we're recording this in about a week, less than a week. We're not going to talk about any predictions or anything like that.
Yeah, I just want to see the movie. I want to see the movie. I want to see what happens.
I don't want to think about what's going to happen.
I don't want to see anything right now. I don't want to hear about it. I just want to watch the movie.
Yep.
Agreed.
Endgame, and that's it.
Yep.
And then go from there.
Wonder what the next phase is going to be all about.
X-Men.
The X-Men.
No.
No, Matt said that Kevin Feige said it'll be a very long time before we see anything in the X-Men MCU.
He said at least 5 years.
You're going to see these guys pop up in the next 5 years.
I think they're going to do the same thing that they're doing with Star Wars, because Star Wars is going to go on hiatus after this movie. I think they're going to focus on the TV shows.
Yeah, that just means with movies.
And then they'll start bringing back movies again, because I think they're going to focus a lot of attention on these shows.
So what Kevin Feige said, he said that they've had this, like the next phase, so to speak, the next 5 year plan in place and working on it for a very long time, and they're not really looking to change that at all.
Okay.
So he's saying that X-Men is going to come after that. X-Men's involvement. Now, whether that actually happens, I don't know, but I personally think it'll happen a lot sooner.
Yeah,
because people are going to want it now.
Exactly.
I think within 3 years you're going to see
because the hype is up right now.
Yeah,
like
I think it's going to be the same thing with they're building up to Avengers and all that stuff. They're going to build up to X-Men. Like you're going to see these single movies, but they're going to build up to something bigger, which I think is going to be the X-Men.
Yeah.
If we don't see the new Wolverine in 3 years, I'd be greatly surprised.
Yeah,
in some capacity.
Yeah.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah. Sure.
Matt, being younger, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Star Wars for my generation was like so important. I heard someone say that Star Wars Avengers is everything to the younger generations. Is that true? Like, does people like?
I don't know if Matt's young enough.
No, I wasn't.
To say that.
I wasn't into any of that stuff growing up. A lot of like my age, they were heavy into the early X-Men and Spider-Man movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was because that was before like this whole MCU happened. But me growing up with Star Wars, like I grew up when the prequels came out, so those were like my first. My first experience was the original trilogy, but like me seeing those in the movie theaters, I loved them. And as I got older and watched them more, I was able to critique them more, But
That's fascinating.
yeah, that was a big thing for me when they were coming out, and all my friends were into that too.
I mean, you got to remember, like when they finally came back with Phantom Menace. What was that? 2001. 1999?
Yeah.
Last Star Wars movie before that was 1983.
Yeah.
So
it was huge.
Regardless of what it was going to be, like people like wanted. I mean, we're almost to the point where, like, and I was thinking about this on the drive over. We're kind of spoiled. Like we're seeing a Star Wars
Every 2
related
years.
movie
Every year. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And like we're seeing 5 superhero movies every year. Like it would be years in between years before
it was like a special thing.
Superhero movie. Just like, oh my God, Batman's coming out. Like, thank God. And then like 3 years later, say, all right, well, we got Val Kilmer. Like another 4 years later, like, all right, well, George Clooney is just like, I don't care. I still want to see it, even if it's garbage. But like now it's just like we're seeing 5 a year. It's like it's better be good if you want me to go see the next one, kind of thing.
No, you're completely right.
Yeah, I mean,
they're saturated. They're saturated. Everything.
Yeah, it's saturated. So like when you have that oversaturation, whatever you're putting out there, it better be stuff that's
better be good.
It better be near perfect.
Like even these Star Wars movies, even if you don't count the standalones, the main trilogy, it's still coming out faster than the prequels came out.
Oh yeah,
because the prequels came out every 3 years. These came out every 2.
Every 2 years. Yep.
So it's much quicker.
Well, that's because I think that George Lucas specifically planned it that way.
Yeah,
those prequels, he could have probably pumped those out a lot faster. But he's like, no, that was the same spacing between the original, and that's how.
He did that on purpose, I think.
But now you got the conglomerate of Disney.
Amazing.
You can just throw everything you got in it.
Yeah, well, we know what George said about Disney. It's okay.
Yeah. I actually saw that video the other day. What do you think about George's changes in episode 4 that he made? Special editions.
Yeah.
So you liked them?
No, I'm curious. As someone who's like, you grew up with Luke, like loving him. I'm just curious what your perspective is.
I try to support him because there's a mastermind in there, But he was so happy about that, and he was happy about putting Aiden. What's his Hayden? I'm sorry, your man, boy, man.
Hayden
in there.
That's Jim's boy, man.
Man, boy. It wasn't.
I think he had a vision for those, and I think he thought he had the technology to translate those the way he did. He had.
Well, the point was he didn't at the time, so that was him going back
right.
to add what he wanted.
He thought that they were needed. Honestly, that the Jabba scene, if you didn't have that problem where he walked behind, it wouldn't have been that bad.
I'm willing to give him the benefit of I don't like that scene in that movie. I think it ruins the whole mystery of who Jabba the Hutt is for 2 movies.
Yeah,
true.
Because you hear about Jabba in episode 4, then episode 5. You're like, who's Jabba? Instead of right away within the first 30 minutes. You're
well, I
introduced to
mean,
him.
That could have been his original thing. That maybe it wasn't a mystery that he was.
Well, it was originally filmed. It was cut, but I just think that
Jabba was a fat dude instead of fat slug.
Exactly. No, but I think that worked out really well for that. But, it's just me.
Yeah, I think overall they're meh. But
Yeah, I have a special place for them because that's what I grew up with.
don't you also have a special place for the New Mutants movie that will be in fact coming out?
No, I actually just Googled it and it was delayed again.
Then you have
Has it been delayed again?
Yeah.
That is fan-freaking-tastic.
So
I will reap the day this shows up on DVD only, not even Blu-ray.
Yeah. So apparently,
Sorry, we'll only be releasing this on VHS tape.
Fox wants to do reshoots, but Disney won't let them schedule them yet. Or
Wow.
something.
So when is it delayed to now?
It was just never going to happen. It was taken off. It's not going to happen.
Jeez.
Oh my God, this is so great. If nothing else happened amazing out of this, it was that.
Wow.
Thank you, Matt.
I can't fathom that they would shelve an entire movie that's basically done.
Dude, how many times? You don't think this has happened before?
They've been advertising.
This is 2 years now, right?
I know.
There was a Fantastic Four movie that was supposed to come out in like 1993 that never got released.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
I think it might have been 94.
Seems like they would, like if they had the opportunity to make even some money, they would. So that's why I'm surprised, I guess.
Interesting. Okay, so we're just going to shelve the New Mutants.
Yeah, let's never
we
mention
talked
that
about
again.
it. That was the best part of the conversation tonight.
Funny.
All right, so we talked about the current 5-year plan, right? All right, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
That's what we're reading, what we're watching. Yeah. June, let's start with you.
What am I reading?
/ watching.
Yes.
Well, it's just Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You are a big Walking Dead fan.
Yeah, I do love The Walking Dead. I stuck with it.
You did. Are you happy you stuck with it?
Now I am. Angela Kang is the showrunner. She's phenomenal.
Okay,
and I
good.
feel like I have that satisfaction that I got in the first episode of Game of Thrones. I got that season, this most recent season of The Walking Dead. I feel like she really breathed life into it. It moved. You know, Negan's actually charming now. Like it was great. I felt more true to like the comics than what had been going on.
So
Not that Scott Gimple's bad. It's just she was great. She was great.
Have you read the comics?
Some of them, like the key issues, just because I watched the show first before I read the comics, and I couldn't stand it anymore because there was someone in my office that kept saying, well, actually, they separated from the comic book and they did it this way in the movie. And I'm like, oh, shut up. Who are you to tell me what I know or don't know? So then I would
Is
go
that
read
person's
like
initials JB?
No. Oh, no. I didn't make the mistake of hiring him yet. No. It was someone else. But no, he's actually refreshing to have in the office.
He listens
JB's
to us.
great. And I know that. P.S. He totally avoided me at the show. He admitted it. He said he had shorts on and he didn't want me to see him look unprofessional, which I every day he looks unprofessional. So it's just... Hey, JB.
A lot.
But anyway, I like The Walking Dead.
We're going to have to bring you on as our Walking Dead expert because I don't think any of us watch or read anything about the
I've read a good like 150 issues.
Yeah.
But I stopped. Yeah. I loved it when I was reading it.
I'm probably about the same boat, 150.
It was good.
Done.
Is there a clear difference between showrunners? Like you could tell that it's a different type of show?
I think so. Scott Gimple was... I mean, it felt more like he was trying so hard to do justice to the comics. And Kirkland, right? Is that his name? Kirkman, I'm sorry. Richard? Robert Kirkman. Oh, my God. Yes. So...
I was going to say Tyler, so you're closer. You want to hear a funny story real quick?
Yes.
So we were the last time we went to New York Comic Con, not this last year, but the year previous to that, we're walking down Artist Alley and it's mobbed there. And this guy like just slams into my chest and I was like, dude, what the hell? And he looks at me, he's like, oh, sorry. And I was like, oh, it's Robert Kirkman. He's like, hey. He looked like legitimately terrified when I yelled at him, though. It was awesome. Robert Kirkman, if you're interested, come on and we'll do an interview.
And you could make it up to me. You fractured my rib, buddy.
Yeah, I have pain and suffering. I have my lawyers here tonight.
Restitution. Yeah. You can tell. I could feel that you could tell the difference. And she's been on the show, I think, since, I forget what season, 2 or 3, as in another
She's been
position.
involved, right?
Yeah, but she really... And you could see, like, I watched Talking Dead also afterwards, just to see if I miss anything. And when she comes on, I mean, she's fascinating and she's lovely. And she's just, you could tell she really loves what she does.
Yeah.
And it's great.
That's something that we've kind of touched upon a lot of times, and that's what we're trying to bring to actually Don't Feed the Geeks is like when you actually enjoy doing something, and it's like even though it's like hard and it's difficult, you put a lot of time into it, it doesn't feel like work because it's like it's something that you actually enjoy doing. I feel like that translates. Like how you're saying, like you can just tell from watching it, it's a whole different feel.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that's the stuff that we want to be involved in. Like that was my thing with like Captain Marvel. It's just like I don't feel like she loved it or enjoyed it. And like I don't know, like there's stuff like that. Like I think even with the guy who plays Superman, like he seems to genuinely enjoy playing Superman, and I get that feel. Like with like, I felt like with the whole whatever his name is, Batman guy. I don't know, I can't remember it right now. He's a big actor.
Current Batman, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I was just like
former current.
Yeah, former current, whatever. But yeah, that's a great point that you bring up. That you can really see it when someone's enjoying what they're doing. It translates into their work.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But it's nice to hear how the cast gets along. I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but it's nice. It's nice
This is going to be the longest Walking Dead conversation we've ever had. So we want some Walking Dead listeners.
I think it's great because you can tell that the cast loves each other. And they were devastated when Andy Lincoln, we all thought he was leaving. We didn't know he was going to have his own show. And
is it a show or a movie?
Movie, but
is it movies?
Yeah, it's going to be a movie.
Cool.
But it's nice. It's nice to see.
Very cool.
Walking Dead expert right here.
Nice.
Well, I'm not an expert, but aficionado maybe.
Nice. All right, Jim, what have you been reading?
The only thing I've read this week was the new TIE Fighter book, the new Star Wars TIE Fighter. It's supposed to be a 5-part miniseries just based upon this small squadron of TIE fighters. Pretty cool. Nice. I mean, again, it's another Star Wars book. I have never been disappointed with the Star Wars comic book.
Yeah.
There's also another Republic book. It's a one-off. Yoda's on the cover. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good so far. I haven't finished it. That's all I've read so far. Watching Cloak and Dagger on what is that? Hulu. It's on Hulu. Cloak and Dagger. Pretty good. I think I'm.
Is the whole season on there?
Yeah, the whole season's there. I think I'm on episode 4 right now. Okay. 4 or 5. A little slow in probably the first 1 or 2 episodes because the 2 characters, they've been separated, so now they're finally getting together and they're starting to realize their powers and everything else. So it's I know nothing about these characters. I own the first appearance of Cloak and Dagger, but I've never read Cloak and Dagger. So
you have that graded?
I have mine. I think mine is graded. Yes, mine is graded.
Nice. 9.4.
We need to get rid of that.
We need to get rid of it. What was that, June? 9.5. Yeah, because it's probably something you bought me.
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not sure if I'm going to follow through with it. I don't know.
It seems like it's kind of geared towards like tweens.
It is. Yeah, right. It really is. And I think that's why I'm having a little difficulty getting through it.
I think that's the problem with a lot of like even the CW stuff. Yeah. Like it's kind of like that age group too. And I guess when I started watching it, it seemed like it was trying to reach a broader audience, and now it's just like
it's a little cheesy.
There's 60 episodes of television that I have recorded that I haven't watched.
You need to take a week off of work and just crush it all.
I think there might just be massive deletes happening. Nice. What about you, Matt? You want to go next?
Yeah, I've been crushing Saga of the Swamp Thing by Alan Moore in preparation of this TV show coming out because it's based on his run. So yeah, he did. I forgot who was writing it before him, but he took over issue 20, which was the last issue in whatever that arc was. So he finished that arc up, tied everything up. Then issue 21 completely redid Swamp Thing's origin.
Okay.
Completely different than what it was, and it's killer.
The trailer looks fantastic.
Yeah, that show,
I mean, how small it is, and you just kind of see his head coming out of the swamp.
Yeah. I mean, the books are fantastic. Just the way he writes. I don't know if you've read anything that
I've read some of it, not a lot
Killing
of it.
Joke you've read?
Oh, Killing Joke, yeah.
Watchmen, maybe?
Watchmen, yes.
Yeah. Like, the way he writes is just so... It's weird. It's engaging. It's... you get to the last page and you're like, wait, what did I just read? Yep. Every single issue, which is really cool. So, highly recommended that.
Good stuff.
Yeah. What about you, TC?
So I was catching up on some X-Men stuff. I just recently read, so I'm in currently right now 1993 of all the X-Men titles. And I just completed the Executioner's song. So it went through Uncanny X-Men, the straight X-Men title, X-Factor, X-Force. It was interesting. It's like, do you know anything about Strife?
Not really.
He's like a clone of Cable. It's weird. Like, I still don't understand exactly who Strife is, and the ending was a little disappointing because I thought you were going to get clarification on it. So it's basically Cable, and they just a little bit alluded to it at this point, is the son of Scott Summers and the clone of Jean Grey, who was the Goblin Queen. I forgot what her name was. It's gonna bother me now. But like during like Inferno, there was that was like the late 80s, early 90s. There's a whole thing called Inferno where like she turns to this like dark goblin queen, and you find out she's not really who she says she is. She's like winds up being like she's a clone.
Who is she? Who?
She's a clone of Jean Grey, but she goes under a different name.
I remember that. Is that possible that I actually remember that?
And
yes.
Mr. Sinister created her from like Jean Grey's DNA. It's weird. Like, it was kind of cool, like reading up to like them eventually revealing that he was who he was, but I think at this point, like, they kind of just get a glimpse of like them thinking like this is the disappeared baby Nathan, that, you know, Nathan Summers, and like it doesn't really get resolved. I mean, I don't know if, you know, further on it eventually does, but it was weird.
Interesting.
The other thing I was reading that I just put in because I literally just read it before I came here. So the Spider-Man Life Story 2, the 70s, came out. So I guess the last episode when I was talking about the first one, I was a little bit confused on what it's going. I don't think it's straight what kind of like a summary of what happened in the 60s. It seems like they're just taking that storyline and they're like making a new one. They're like kind of going like very broad strokes. So this one, he's actually married to Gwen Stacy. He works for Reed Richards. Like, it's a whole alternate timeline.
In the 70s.
In the 70s, yeah. And Goblin's in jail. He basically tells Harry to go and like stop. Who's the guy who's Jackal? The one who makes the clones of him. I don't remember. It doesn't matter, but he finds out that he made a clone of Harry, Norman Osborn, and Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, and Harry winds up blowing it up, and the guy loses his mind. What the hell is his name, Matt? We have to figure out what Jackal's name is. Come on, search it on the interwebs.
In the interwebs.
Jackal. Can someone live stream in? Do we have this live?
Not yet.
God, a Marvel.
We're looking this up.
Yeah,
Thank God for the internet.
It's just
Miles Warren.
Miles Warren. Okay, so Miles
or
Warren.
Ben Reilly. It says also.
No, it's Miles Warren. He's the original one. So he's losing his mind. No, she was my Gwendolyn. So it turned out that the real Gwen was in the like suspended animation, and the one he was married to was a clone the whole time. And then it like kind of ends where like, I've never liked Gwen Stacy as a character. I've always preferred Mary Jane, and it kind of ends with him like kind of like sobbing onto Mary Jane's shoulder after like the clone of Peter Parker and like the clone of like Gwen Stacy go off on their own. But it was okay. I think I like the 60s one a little bit better.
So what are they going 80s. Up to like?
I don't know how far they're going up to.
Current?
I mean, they can only get to like maybe 5 books if they are. I don't know what the plan is, but next is definitely the 80s.
Cool.
And they show him in the black suit. Cool. So that's pretty cool.
Have you read Spider-Man Blue?
I have.
What do you think of that? Because that's really Gwen-based, right?
Yeah. It wasn't my favorite. The best one of those colors that I read was probably Daredevil Yellow. Actually, Spider-Man, even though I'm a Spider-Man guy, was my least favorite. I did like the Hulk one. I think Hulk was gray, yeah. And then it was only 3, and then Captain America White. Captain America White was pretty good too.
That was good. That came out later.
Yeah, that was like recent in the last couple of years.
Nope.
You should. It's Tim Sale.
Is it?
It's really good.
Jeff
Loeb and Tim Sale.
Cool deal.
Yeah.
Right on.
So did you do yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Saga's
cool. Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Do you want to do that after we do the announcements?
No, I think it's up to you. It's fine. Either way.
We're good on time, or
yeah, we're fine.
We're 6 hours.
Do the announcements.
So I think we alluded to this last time. Did we officially say the project we were working on with Gorkum Deemer?
We did on Instagram.
We did.
We did. Yep.
So what's happening is we're getting these cards, Long Island Comic Guys exclusive, 200, numbered and signed by this amazing artist Gorkum Deemer. From
200 or 100?
100.
100. You said 200.
I'm sorry. I apologize. From this amazing artist Gorkum Deemer in Turkey. He shipped them, so we should be getting them soon. The image is an awesome image of Spider-Man being engulfed by like the Venom symbiote. You have like the teeth and like the tongue coming out. We are going to have these available for purchase. We're probably going to put them out on Instagram, but we're going to have to charge shipping, unfortunately. If you are still interested, hit us up. Some guy did reach out to us for international shipping. International shipping is going to be really expensive. It's going to be like $40. I don't know if it's worth it. The cards themselves are going to be about $5 a piece, so pretty affordable. There's only going to be 100, mind you. We will,
numbered to
100. And then we're going to have the original art available as well. It's going to be on a large card. It's going to be on a large blank comic, the same exact artwork that's on the card. And we haven't decided on a price yet for that, but we'll probably have those available at a show. I don't know if we'll be offering those on Instagram purchase, but we'll see how that goes.
We'll post them either way for you, everybody to see.
Everyone will definitely be able to see them. We hope to have them this week, so by the time this comes out, hopefully there's an Instagram post with them available.
Right. And this is pretty exciting for us.
This is our first kind of collaboration.
Yeah. And I'm hoping we can do this more with other artists. I think we'll see how this turns out.
I think we need to find out like the details of like what goes into it and stuff like that. But this is definitely an ongoing thing we want to do. We have so many art friends. I think it's
get a bunch of them to do something.
Yeah. The Long Island Comic Guys card set.
Yeah, with like 5 different artists doing something.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, be good stuff.
Cool.
I love it. Do you have that Paris Hilton? That's hot. I just saw the picture of it.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot.
Yep. Perfect.
Awesome. All right, do we want to do this unboxing?
So June's gonna June is gonna do this. So we've got another one of these Star Wars
and Jim's never-ending quest to get a Harrison Ford.
That's
signature.
right. So this is
This is for me though. I bought this for myself.
Yeah. Well, we'll see see what's in it.
I would be so excited if this is Harrison Ford and she opens it. Imagine the excitement of this episode if this is Harrison Ford.
Right. So this is one of those top Star Wars authentic.
Give it a lucky rub.
A lucky rub. Authentic autographs that comes with a card.
Do I open it now?
So open that puppy
absolutely.
up. So we're gonna do this on the air.
Yeah, the card is what everyone collects them for.
Okay.
Yeah. So June is gonna do the opening on this thing.
So if you got Harrison Ford, would you still try and get him on your poster?
Yeah,
you would.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to.
I'd have to. I need that poster signed. Here's a little behind. Behind you got to.
Oh, okay.
Rip that thing up. So I've got a couple of these already.
Do you?
I do. I got a couple of them. Not a Harrison Ford though. There she goes.
You got some pretty good people on.
I do. Though. I've got some really good ones.
Got Christian Haydenson.
Yep.
Okay.
So.
Isn't it the other way around?
Yep, that's fine. So.
I don't think it's. No.
What do we get?
It's a person. Sarah
Michelle Gellar.
Oh my God!
I'm taking that one.
Buffy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
That's what Tess has been looking for, one of those for the longest time.
It's Buffy?
That's awesome.
That doesn't mean she's giving that to you.
That's awesome.
Oh.
And then the video cut out.
Oh, the video cut out again.
That's awesome.
We have to figure this video.
This is BB-8. This card,
the card.
is 10 of 25. It's BB-8.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a second.
Brian Herring,
yep.
puppeteer.
Yep.
This is the second one you got,
That's
right?
the second Sarah Michelle Gellar I have.
Nice.
Or June has.
God, I was really I was feeling it though. I was like, oh God, this is the day I'm going to show up my husband.
That's even better than Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be talking to you after the show.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Nice.
Well, thanks for doing that, June.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Nice. So we have anything else to capture?
No, I think we're good.
I do just want to say I'm excited for S.H.I.E.L.D. to come back. Can I say that?
Ooh.
All right, cool.
Cool. Go ahead.
I actually don't. I haven't seen.
We don't watch that.
I don't think Coulson's coming back.
No, but in spirit. In spirit. He could be floating off in like Zod. He could be in some sort of. Yeah.
Was Zod floating off? I think Zod died.
No, when he was in prison and he was in that.
Oh yeah, with the other guys. Yeah, that was cool.
The Phantom Zone.
The Phantom
Is that
Zone.
what it was? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a diamond glass thing, a mirror.
The mirror.
I was like, what is this thing? I don't understand.
That's funny.
Yeah, so this is an awesome episode. Thank you for joining us, June.
June, thank you for
Thanks
joining us.
so much for having me. This is really exciting.
Glad
and
you
it's
could
so
be here.
exciting. The energy is just, it's amazing.
Join us whenever you want.
Not from us, though, right? You were
No,
talking about
it's nice to be with my people. So it's
There you go.
Well, join us whenever you are very nearby.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
if you're available.
All right, so we'll be back in a week then, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'll be back in a week to record our Star Wars episode.
Which will be out a week after this one.
Oh,
think.
yes, it actually.
Right?
I think he's right.
Oh, is that it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll be back really soon.
Jim's like, oh god,
Jeez.
I have to edit back to back.
That's all right.
So good
I got to
stuff.
do show notes too.
I'm actually excited for the Star Wars episode.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, and we're gonna have a great conversation with an awesome guest. So until next time, remember.